those.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and let's get to it.
Okay.
You ready to get at it, guys?
Yes. Already at it.
At it.
Feel good today.
I know. What's that about?
I don't know.
It's that freaking moon, dude. Did you see it?
Oh,
It's
last
the
super
Beaver
moon.
Moon.
Beaver moon.
It's called the Beaver Moon.
Last super moon of like maybe the next 10 months.
Oh, is it 10 months? Okay, we were looking at it last night. We were sitting outside by the fire, and my wife goes, I said, man, look at that moon. That looks ridiculous. She goes, yeah, it's got some weird name. I said, supermoon? She goes, yeah, maybe. She goes, it's going to be the last one for 10 years. And I go, 10
Not
years?
10 years.
I go,
No,
you
no.
sure about
Like-
that?
Like almost a year.
Okay, yeah.
It is our fourth
She
and
gets her
final
facts in bits and pieces.
super moon of the year. This is called the full Beaver Moon.
Everybody shoot your beaver.
This is cool. I love that.
Beaver.
Full
Nobody
beaver
uses
moon.
beaver as like a derogatory term for crotch anymore. You know?
I wouldn't look at it as derogatory.
Nice beaver.
Why is it
Thanks.
called beaver?
Just had it stuffed.
Yes.
Because of the pelt? What is it?
Damn, you know? The beef?
Yeah.
I think it's something about a full supermoon this late in the year.
And
That's-
beavers come out?
That I don't know.
Well, it's a good time to make some pelts, I guess.
I'm making connections based on assumptions.
Why is it called the Beaver Moon? I will let you know right now.
Go.
For decades.
Okay, here we go. let me sit down.
The folklore is.
No, this is from the Farmer's Almanac. The almanac has referred to the monthly full moons with the names tied to early Native American, colonial American, and European folklore. Traditionally, each full moon name was applied to the entire lunar month. Okay, why the Beaver Moon? Here it is.
Yeah, because there's a wolf. Remember, we've
Why the
learned
beaver?
about the wolf.
Oh, yeah.
This is the time of year when beavers begin to take shelter in their lodges,
There it goes.
What's
having
that?
laid up significant food stores for the long winter ahead. You all right, Rafe?
Yeah, sorry, I'm dying over here.
We're learning.
Just trying to let people know
Be
about the Beaver
quiet
Moon.
while we're learning.
I tried to mute it. I cannot help that
During-
I'm passing away.
During the fur trade in North America, it was also the season to trap beavers for their thick, winter-ready pelts.
Yeah.
Check out that pelt.
Yeah,
Right.
dude.
Beavers are so cute.
Yeah, pretty
You know?
cool.
Weird tail, though. Would put it up there with, like, you know how rat tails get a bad rep?
Yeah.
They're just kind of gross. I would say, like, a beaver tail's kind of gross, too.
Kind of gross.
kind of
Really, a
an
big
innie,
old
right?
meaty tennis racket.
Yeah, it's like a big old meat racket.
It's
don't like
kinda,
that.
It is kind of like a
is.
ribeye back there.
Yeah,
Just a ribeye hanging off their ass, slapping the water.
kind of
Like a paddle, like a pickleball.
What do we have down in? My mother-in-law has at their lake house in Alabama. There's no, it's not a beaver. It's an otter, a river otter.
Love a river otter.
Yeah, those are different. That's like a squirrel that swims.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
find the answer to your other question.
Which
Vern.
is?
The other use of the word
Yes. For crotch.
for crotch, woman's crotch.
It's a beef, yeah.
Oh, you're saying what? Oh, oh yeah. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
How did the
oh,
word
hold
beaver?
up. I
How
know.
did the word beaver
Hold up.
come to be associated with a
Because we're
woman's
talking
lady
wood.
parts?
We're talking about getting down
gobbles up
on
the
some
wood.
wood. Some,
No.
A wood
No.
gobbler, dude.
That was
Beavers chew on
100%.
wood.
Because we take the wood
furry
and
little
we
wood
build little
gobbler.
dams with it.
Furry little wood gobbler, just. That's what I would have guessed.
Yeah.
That was a logical.
Num, 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 num,
They're
num,
saying
num,
it may
num,
be
num.
from the 1920s. They're saying it may be from the 1920s. It may go back that far.
Yeah, see? She's got a beaver.
The 20s do seem
got a
like a
beef,
dope
huh?
time.
Gotta go get myself a beaver pelt, see?
Yeah, see? We're going to do the Charleston chain and get that nice beaver pelt.
Got me a gal. She's a real corker.
Oh, I don't know. This is a
Did you say
whole thing.
Parker?
No, I said
Corker.
cork.
This is a whole thing.
Cork's made out of wood, too.
What is the etymology of the word beaver as it relates to a woman's vagina? Let's see here.
The vagina.
There's not a front page for this?
Yeah, where is the Historic Society of America with this information?
Myself a little wood gobbler, see?
Yeah, see?
Here we go. Okay. The 1920s, beaver started being used as a slang term for a woman's lady bits. Likely due to the association of beavers with building dams and the idea of women grooming their hair, similar to how beavers groom their fur.
With a comb? What are we talking about here?
I
You
just
don't
told
groom
you.
the same way a
cool.
beaver grooms.
Well,
You don't?
You ever seen a beaver groom?
No.
Then you don't know that.
And you don't
I
know.
guess I don't know, but I'm just saying.
Sounds like there's a lot about beavers you don't know.
It sounds like beavers can't use scissors, I would hope.
I was assuming
Beavers don't have opposable thumbs, do they? No.
They do not.
Why do they need that? They got a meat paddle on their ass.
I don't see beavers going to wax
You answered that
facilities
question.
and getting things done. Okay.
Well, listen, things
they
were
didn't
out of,
wax in the
things were out
20s.
of control in the 20s.
Yeah.
Look, I know.
Things were out of control.
Looked like
The
a
hairstyles
coonskin
for
cap
women.
down there, dude. Like Davy Crockett in a leg lock. It was bad.
The little bob hairdo for flappers
Excuse
was
me?
not bobbing down there. You know what I'm saying? It was
One
full
term at
grown.
a time.
All right, guys, let's settle down, okay?
It's
We've got-
Friday.
You ever
We've
seen a
got
beaver's
things
mouth?
to do.
It's a Beaver Moon
That's
Friday.
what I thought it was going on.
It's a Beaver Moon Friday.
Kind of got that.
What, a bucktooth thing?
Yeah, the beaver mouth's kind of like long. Get you.
No.
Hey, I'm just saying,
no
man.
teeth down there.
Well,
How do you know?
No,
What do you know? Clearly, you haven't been around.
I think we're
No
growing
beaver
teeth,
teeth.
as this year goes on. The women are just developing a mouth down there.
Well, I do have to say that it is almost time for something that afflicts all fellas as we approach the colder months. It is almost winter penis season.
What does it mean?
Oh yeah.
Tell me what it means.
Goes
Winter
hibernates.
penis?
I don't like hibernating penis season.
Headline. Doctor warns of winter penis conditions set to hit hard in the coming weeks.
But
I like your choice of words.
No, that's the real headline of the story.
I know. I'm just saying. Journalism is not dead.
And I read, penis owners beware. As the freezing weather heads our way, it may have an unwanted side effect on your genitals. The winter months are no joke. Dark nights, icy mornings, and the heartbreaking realization that we may not properly see the sun for a couple months until next year.
And if the penis doesn't see its shadow, then it's going to be a long winter.
But some can forget rising heat bills and the risk of falling flat on your ass while walking down the street as the chilling specter of winter penis is back to haunt us on the days where the mercury drops below a certain temperature. Hey, when I got my car this morning, it was in the 30s.
Yeah. And
so it hibernated.
yeah, so you're in hibernation mode until
We're starting to hibernate.
heated
What
seats.
is winter penis and what causes it? Now, winter penis may sound like a ridiculous urban legend created to scare people. Boo! But it's actually a very real thing. And this is according to medical experts. Winter penis is the body's temporary response to a drop in temperatures outside. It occurs due to restricted blood flow as the body prioritizes other more essential areas to maintain warmth, such as vital organs found in our core. It is a completely natural reaction to cooler weather and shouldn't be anything to be worried about, all right?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Like it.
So this is a good excuse for you fellas who are not very well endowed. Just, it's the winter penis excuse.
I know, but also can we talk about like the ball sack?
What?
From what I understand, hotter months make
I'm
that thing
listening.
sag, right? You get sag sack. I would like to actually take a change. Instead of winter penis, it's perfectly perky ball season because I imagine they're not hanging as low.
No, the testicles shrink so they remain close to the body
Great.
to stay warm.
It's almost like plastic surgery for you guys down there. It's great.
Yeah, a little ball tuck.
The reaction can last as long as the body's exposed to cold temperatures, with size returning to normal once the body returns to a warmer, more comfortable state. So when should we be concerned about winter penis?
Year round?
Anyone who is experiencing a long-term change in the shape and size of their genitals should consult a doctor for further advice to rule out any concerning health conditions.
Unless it's getting bigger. Then just let it ride.
Yeah.
But that's not going to happen in the next couple months.
Well, probably not.
The winter penis can impact a man's ability to achieve and maintain erections.
Oh, no.
Please.
The cold weather restricts blood flow around the body, dramatically impacting erection quality
What are we going to do?
as the body prioritizes more important sections of the body. Therefore, men who already suffer from erectile dysfunction could find their condition more difficult to manage when the weather begins to deteriorate.
This is such a hard time for you guys, and I just want to, as the spokesperson for the women, I want to say we're thinking about you and our
Thank you.
thoughts and our
Thank you.
prayers. Thank you.
Thoughts and prayers. That's all we need.
I mean, okay, but who's banging in a winter fishing hut in Lake Minnetonka? We have heat indoors. Build a fire, dude.
Man up.
I'll build a fire. I will
Put
straddle.
on some thermals.
When she comes home, I'm straddling the fire.
Yeah, put some of those hand warmers in there.
Just say if
Honey,
you
is your wiener in the oven?
Yes,
You're
it
damn
is.
right it is.
see what you do is you warm it up
Put it in a
and you
toaster.
go, hey, it's this big now. Imagine this in the summer.
Right?
Wow.
This is just a sneak peek, y'all.
50%.
Imagine what's going on in the summer.
You just dry fire the toaster and give a little half squat over it. Let your balls hang. Heat them up, dude.
Heat 'em up, heat 'em up, heat 'em up.
I'll just jam my pants
Listen,
full of
these
those
are
hot
all-
hands things.
These are all things you guys need to know.
Thank
and
you.
ladies.
Yeah, it's great to be
You know, we're
aware.
pulling back the curtains today.
Yes.
So to say. All right, enough of that. You know, we got a busy show today. We have things that are going to happen. We're going to world premiere a new song from Moon and the Misfit Machine.
Excited.
Mr. Holiday, your favorite Christmas song.
It's going to be your favorite Christmas song ever.
It honestly might be.
We got the Sklar Brothers coming in. They'll be here at 8 o'clock. We've got Friday fail stories. Man, a lot of stuff to get to, including my Friday leftovers. I'm just going to go through these in order, just whatever's in my packet. This is actually a newer story. Has anybody spoken to our chimp lady friend, Tanya Haddix, recently?
I have. She was going to come to my show in Springfield, Mo. She ended up not, but I did. I spoke to her via text briefly.
55-year-old chimp euthanized at St. Louis Zoo, mourned by staff.
Oh boy.
This is from KSTK. St. Louis Zoo lost a kind soul on Thursday when they humanely euthanized a 55-year-old chimpanzee who's been a staple of the zoo for the past 17 years. Rosebud, known by her friends as Rosie, was euthanized due to a progressive arthritis that stopped responding to pain medication.
Oh yeah, what is she known as? Because I was just there.
Rosie.
Rosie.
No. They have posters there with their name and like the grandma or the sassy one
She was a mom.
or
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know. She was
That I don't know.
somebody knows. They
The big ones.
They know what I'm talking about.
She was
Well,
like 55, right?
55. She lived a good life. She reportedly had other medical concerns often seen in geriatric animals, but care received from the zoo's primate and animal health team allowed her to live a long life. So the average life expectancy for a chimp in captivity is 39.2 years. Mm-hmm. She lived to 55.
It's great.
She did good.
Over the last 4 years, Rosie was able to see her granddaughter Raven's birth and development. So the birth and development of her granddaughter Raven, and she played a huge role in helping another first-time chimp mom, Utamu. She was often found in the center of any chimpanzee grooming session and enjoyed playing with other chimpanzees. Her favorite activity was relaxing in the sunshine in a big nest she built for herself.
Cute.
The zoo's Jungle of Apes care team said Rosie was simply the best. And she'd often greet them by making raspberry vocalizations when they were delivering bananas, her favorite food.
That's adorable.
So R.I.P. Rosebud Rosie.
Rosie.
Ooh, man, I tell you what, we talked about that story of that guy being found in the Planet Fitness tanning booth. Talk about a story that has caught fire everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So if you missed it yesterday, we told you guys about the story of a man who was at a Planet Fitness in Indianapolis. He went to go get a membership on Friday. His girlfriend and her daughter dropped him off. They went back to go pick him up, and he wasn't there. They couldn't find him. Searched everywhere. A couple of days later, they filed a missing persons report. And then the following Monday, so Friday he got there, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they found him dead in a tanning booth Monday. And there's more stories coming out of people complaining of odors at the Planet Fitness as this man's body was breaking down inside the tanning booth. Mm-hmm. And I'd read that employees were starting to just spray Febreze everywhere.
Well, again, and somebody brought this up yesterday. This, I think the big factor here is, people were saying, oh, how did nobody check? Well, the door was locked, and it's a 24-hour gym.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really, I think, makes it reasonable. Because if it's a 24-hour gym, you got people that are doing their 4-hour shifts or their 7-hour shifts. And,
there's no checklist of like, hey, we should probably check on some of these rooms, make sure everything's clean.
They probably do, but every time they go, oh, somebody else is in there now.
Yeah, but
I don't know how
in the station that would know.
Yeah.
I don't know how tanning
I don't know how the whole
works.
tanning thing works there. Like, do you have
Never
to
done it.
check out a room, or can anybody just go in?
Yeah, usually it's like, hey, they're going to have 15 minutes, and then, you got to go in and clean it because someone else is going to come in, and you have a schedule lined
Even
up.
for such a, accidents happen.
Yeah.
And
That all sounds reasonable. I don't know.
accidents do happen, and especially with a tanning booth. Almost like the buddy system. Like, hey, I'm going to be in here for 15 minutes. If I don't come out, somebody come get me.
Mm-hmm.
So here is, I guess, a Planet Fitness member talking about the whole thing at the gym.
Nobody ever thinks you're going to go to a gym on a Monday morning and, potentially be in the same building as a dead body. And I was kind of like sniffing, trying not to look crazy, but I was like, something smells really awful here.
Oh.
I'll spray some Febreze in here. That'll
So
take
this is
care
somebody
of
who
it.
was just there. This is a gym member. She's like, oh, something smells awful.
But I was like, something smells really awful here. The first thing that kind of went off in my head was, lack of attention from the staff members at Planet Fitness, which is pretty disappointing because maybe it could have been prevented. And the tanning bed has a door, I believe. But still, why are we not concerned that the door has been closed for 3 days in a row, potentially?
That's the whole thing. Like, man, this door's been closed for 3 days.
That's the weirdest part to me. But I guess the shift changes, we talked about. Who knows?
Like, the door's been closed for 3 days. Nobody's questioned that.
Mm-mm.
And with a foul odor.
But working there, you would. Whoever's supposed to be at the desk is going to check because you're not in there for hours on end.
Yeah.
Well, let's put the pieces together.
The other
the
part-
door's been closed, and there's been a foul smell coming from there.
And they were looking, they said in the article that they searched the Planet Fitness for this guy. So they actively were looking for him.
Yeah, that's right. That's another great point. They were actively looking for this guy.
Yeah, it wasn't like a dude rolled up. He's a single guy. No one's looking for him. They didn't
Snuck
know.
in.
Yeah, this was like people came in being like, hey, he came in here. Have you seen him? And they're like, we'll look all around. Nope, not here. And then, no one pieced that together days later. There was a missing person and a stinky smell coming from the
I
locked
almost feel
door.
like somebody said, hey, can you check for, I think his name was Derek. Can you check for Derek? And they just walked out of sight and then went, oh, we looked for him. They walked out of sight, waited 3 minutes, and came back and went, we looked for him. We looked everywhere. Now, there was a needle found inside the room with him, so there's not any foul play
Right.
being thought of here. Like, even his mother was like, he probably died of a drug overdose.
Yeah, but the sad thing is, if they would have done their job, they might have prevented that.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's true.
So it does lay on them.
A little.
Yeah, a little.
It's not their fault the guy decided to shoot up in a tanning bed.
No. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, but they could have had some Narcan if they would have maybe seen him.
Yeah.
Hindsight is 20/20, so.
Dude, I did a show last night called Comedy Confidential with a guy named Stephen Fury from L.A., and the audience puts secrets in a bucket, and then the comedian reads the secret on stage and riffs on it. And made me think of this specific story because one of the people in the audience said their secret was, I go to Planet Fitness and I steal men's socks. And
What?
And I take them home and I like to smell them and sleep with them.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Oh,
damn.
no.
And a Planet
man.
Fitness too, man. Like, there's holes in those
stinky
socks.
socks.
Yeah, that ain't good.
Where are there just socks lying around?
That's someone in St. Louis, dude. So that's one of our Planet Fitnesses. I go to a Planet Fitness.
And your
Well,
socks
are there
getting
just socks
smelled.
lying around? Where are you putting your?
I
Aren't
don't
there
know if
lockers?
I
You have to take them
can't-
off at the door.
I don't know.
Sockers.
Believe me, these questions were asked. Where are you? How are you getting socks without people? I don't know if people are like changing their socks and putting their old socks in their shoes. I don't know. I don't ever take my socks off at a Planet Fitness. I go into socks I leave in the socks.
I guess if you're taking a shower.
Unless I shower, but don't they have lockers with locks? I've never been to a Planet Fitness.
They do.
I would assume.
I mean, unless
keeping
somebody's
their
just,
socks out?
unless somebody's just leaving their shoes and socks. I honestly don't know.
Don't give this man an opportunity, all you gym goers.
You don't know if it's a man.
Well, that's what.
Well, it's got to be.
The only place I could think people were taking their socks off was in the tanning beds. Is somebody like creeping in during tanning sessions and just stealing one sock?
Yeah.
Gaslighting everyone at a tanning that they just lost a sock somewhere in the process? I need to know more.
You know what sucks about the tanning bedrooms as well? Normally it's open air. And so you can sometimes I remember going to a tanning bed or two where the ceiling was reflective. So you could see into the person next to you. Like a little bit, like a shadow. Yeah.
That's creepy.
Super creepy.
Because you get naked in those things,
You get
right?
completely naked in those things.
Oh, yeah.
Now, for those who work at a place that does this kind of stuff, you wipe them down after every session, right? Is that on the
Agenda.
Is that on the business to do, or is it an individual like, I'm going to get in, there's a bottle of, whatever spray,
Sanitizer.
disinfectant, and you wipe it down yourself?
I've
There's
done it-
another thing, like,
Both ways.
wouldn't the Planet Fitness people be wiping those things
Yeah, that's
down?
the whole thing. Because I had worked at one for a few months in Springfield during college, and my buddy's parents owned it, so we worked together. Anyways, it was one of those you had to go and clean every time somebody was out of there, and you had a schedule all lined up, and they were in there for X amount of time. You just go in and clean, make sure it looks good, and the next crew comes in.
I would do both. I wouldn't trust it.
Yeah, me either.
It's supposed to be getting done. That is a freaky thing, too. They're
Something's
never
like
a
wipe
full
down
wall.
your machine thing.
Well, there's always the false ceiling thing, like Lauren was talking about. There was like a cop in Edwardsville that got caught. He was like standing on a chair and taking his cell phone and just like holding it over the top of the thing, taking pictures of women getting in and out of tanning beds.
That was a big story a couple of years ago.
I think about that a lot. And I'm just like, man, somebody could just be like, hello. just pop their head up over the fence like Wilson and Home Improvement.
Is that how they are with the halvesy walls?
Yeah.
Some are.
They go up high, but yeah, they're open air.
Oh.
I don't know if...
Yeah, they like build, high-ass,
Man,
50-foot ceiling.
The last couple Planet Fitnesses
And they build a room.
I've been in are beautiful. I mean, they are freaking incredible. Like it's one of those like, man, if I'm ever a gym member somewhere,
Again, I'm never
coming
been.
here.
I just picture people in Lazy Boys eating pizzas and donuts.
That's it.
And
That's not-
And the lunk alarm going off every once in a while. All right, here's another thing. Most people, wish at some point, like, man, I just wish I had a do-over. Mm-hmm. Just give me a do-over. Maybe it was a meeting you wanted a second crack at. Maybe it was a phone call you wanted to redo. Someone online went big and asked this question. What would you do if you woke up tomorrow and the year was, and this guy picked a random year, 2005.
Oh.
2005. So you woke up tomorrow and the year was 2005.
I'd love it.
Wait. Do I get to be? Am I reliving my life in 2005? Because it was pretty dope. Some of it.
20 years old.
yeah.
You went to bed as 2024 moon.
Oh,
and you
okay.
Woke up,
And I'm back there.
And you woke up and you're like, oh my God, it's 2005. Like
You're
you
back to
get
the
up
future.
and you look at the calendar and go, oh my God, what?
Okay, but I'm in my scenario. It's me.
I
You
think
know
it's you
everything?
still.
Yeah.
What would I think?
A lot of people had pretty heavy responses, like spending time with loved ones who have since passed, correcting relationship mistakes, or, warning people of problems ahead. But there was, I want to take this into a light area.
Uh-huh.
Like, of course, I'd spend more time with my dad, who passed away in 2010. Yeah, of course.
Right. I feel like that year for me specifically was a real pivotal year, though. And there's a couple things.
05? I'm trying to think of myself
Yeah.
in 05.
Started, there's a lot of things I would go back and change in that year. Like things I would do, things I wouldn't do. Yeah. I've never thought about that, but 2005 was a big year for me.
2005 is a weird year to pick.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like the year 2000 or maybe like the year you graduated or a year you were in high school. No, 2005. We were all at high school at that point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think I was transferring to Illinois State at that time from SWIC.
Okay, so you were still in college.
I was in college, yeah. I was like in the thick of college, dude. It was so fun. But that year was such a big deal. It was because a year later, not to be heavy, but my dad would die.
Right.
So I would definitely be back and like be more cognizant and spending more time with him. But then I also started kind of dating this guy that I screwed over later in life. And I would just avoid that altogether just to like not have that regret of
Here's
being a
what I would
total
hope,
bitch.
though. When I woke up, so if I woke up in 2005, I would look like 2005 me.
What did that
So,
look
like-
like?
Skinny.
Earrings.
I think I still had earrings in 2005.
Yeah, most likely, sir.
Like, so if I woke up, I would still be 2024 me, but I'd look in the mirror. It's almost like Hot Tub Time Machine when they look in the mirror. They see their younger selves.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That would be cool.
What was I doing? I was obviously here at the radio station. I was doing nights at that point. I was still on the 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. shift.
Yeah, you were doing all the interviews.
I was doing all the night interviews.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun, man. That was 2005 was a before. It was a year before I got married. Obviously didn't have any kids. I was still with my wife.
You were doing the goofy interviews.
I was doing the goofy
'cause
interviews.
We did a couple with you. Interviewed us a couple times, like when we were sitting
Oh,
in
remember
lockers.
we were doing in the bathroom at the annex.
Yeah, I sat in the locker
in
while
the
you
locker.
interviewed me.
Yeah, it was. I was very carefree. Like staying out late. It was fun, Riz. Like it was
Yeah.
fun. We had
Spiky.
a sweet apartment.
Spiky hair, Riz.
Yeah. We lived in the
Central
old
West End?
Yeah, we were living in the Central West End, the old Forest Park Hotel in West Pine. Doorman, third floor. It was dope.
It was
man.
pretty much as New York City as you could get
It
here
was-
in St. Louis.
And again, carefree.
Yeah.
No kids. Since I was doing the night shift,
Stay
I'd
out
be
all
off
day.
at 10. I'd be off at 10 p.m., be out all night, and then sleep till 3 o'clock, get up, and do it again.
Nice.
And didn't have any, like, after effects of it. Like, what didn't take 4 days to recover. Mm-hmm. God, 2005 was great.
You know,
I love my kids, though.
We were.
We know.
It was
I
an
love 'em
interesting
so
year for
much.
me. We were transitioning from Maverick Records to Warner Brothers because Guy and Madonna, or Warner Brothers sued them and then they countersued. So it was like, man, what are we going to do? And then we got absorbed with, it was us, Deftones, and Atlantis, and we got absorbed into Warner Brothers. So we were supposed to be writing a record. We were in this transition. And we were writing a record in St. Peter's, and every single day, this is what I did. We'd get up, we'd meet at noon, we start writing, we'd get in a little bit of a groove, and then the groove would kind of slow down, and we'd go, you guys want to play softball? And then we would go to the park that was right next to the house, and we would play softball for like 2 hours.
Nice.
And then we'd come back, and then we'd go to Lion's Choice. They all knew our order.
Amazing.
They would just give us, what we usually got, get Lion's Choice, go back, write a couple more riffs, and then go home. And we
think
did that basically for 6 months.
Another
I think-
thing you did during that period is
Quickly.
I would come over there at the very beginning because we were filming something, and you were playing ping pong a ton.
Oh yeah, we got really
and then I
good.
was on the road for a few months. I came back, and you guys were like pros, and I couldn't even return a serve.
Hey, listen,
Like, this
all sounds great, but everybody wants to know what Learn did to screw this guy over.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's coming
pretty
over the
curious.
instant feedback.
Oh.
I'm glad you guys got to play ping pong in 2005, but everybody wants to know how Learn screwed over this guy.
Oh, this guy was just like the sweetest guy ever. And
Still his identity.
I stole his identity. I took his credit cards. No, I just fell out of love with him, and I didn't handle that the right way. And so I was a real bitch. And I should have just told him. Like, it's one of those regrets where
Instead of breaking it off, you
instead
like.
of breaking it off clean and just being like honest, because that's what he deserved, I was just found excuses and like totally immature
Were you
about
mean
it.
to him?
No, I wasn't mean to him. I just wasn't.
You drifted away?
I drifted away. I was not honest with him, and he deserved that. He's a really great. And to be real, the dude's doing just fine. Family man, lives in California, living the dream. Like works in Silicon Valley, loaded, best wife. Like honestly, the trajectory that maybe I sent his fate lines onto.
I'll
Maybe that
show
was,
her.
Oh, for sure.
You'll regret
But I
this
regret
one
that,
day.
and I wish I could tell. Like, you try to go back and like apologize for things, and people don't necessarily want to hear it, and I understand that. And yeah, I just feel terrible.
So
about it.
how long did you date this guy?
I dated him for, let's see, I think we started dating in like 04, 05 maybe. And then we dated until 2008. So.
Oh, so this is a long long-term relationship.
Yeah, he was there with me when my dad died. Like, I didn't deserve the screwed up things that I put up through. I'm very apologetic.
I'm glad you continued that.
Yeah.
Didn't deserve the screwed up.
Screwed
Was
up
this a
thing.
long, drawn-out breakup, or what was
No,
the...
it was quick and it was stupid, and I apologize.
Could you say all that all over again? But give me 1 second. Will you play the piano? For God's sakes, you really missed an opportunity.
No, I was enthralled. I want to know. You wanted this? No.
Oh, God, it would have been so good.
He was just a really nice. He's still a great guy, and I am forever regretful of being so bad to him.
Did you break up with him to his face?
Yes.
Or did you send a Dear Learn letter?
No, I didn't send a Dear Learn letter. He would have probably liked that, though. No, I was just a total bitch.
How do you?
I apologize.
How many guys have you broken up with? Like serious relationships.
Let me go through my last. Okay, so I broke up with him. I broke up with the last guy
Did you
before
do all the
Tim.
breaking up?
Yeah, I think so.
So of all
the
your
only guy that I
relationships-
haven't broken up with was the guy that cheated on me, and like that just dissolved because I found out about it. I mean, I guess I've broken up with everybody.
Yeah. I think I've had like 3 or 4 breakups. Only once I was broken up with, and I wasn't even upset.
Yeah.
We're done. Okay.
Okay.
All right. See ya.
Yeah, great. Okay.
It was very Seinfeld-esque.
I don't know what's easier. Is it easier getting broken up with than doing the breaking up? Because there's pros and cons to both
Yeah, it all depends.
sides of that. If you're following your own lead and saying this is done, I'm navigating us to break up, that's one way that it's just easy and it's done, it's clean, it's over. But then the other kind of relief of not having to be the one that breaks up the relationship, especially if other people are invested in your relationship and like care about it and all that stuff.
My high school girlfriend is the one that, like, I knew we had to break up.
Want to try to kill you?
Yeah. We broke up 3 times. Mm-hmm. And back together and, whatever. But the final time, I was like, oh, boy, this is going to be it. And this is not going to go well.
And here she goes.
And I'm going to make sure there are no sharp objects around.
Yeah.
And she's not near a motor vehicle.
Right.
Golly, man.
Like, this is not going to go. In fact, I'm going to yell it, and she's going to be on the other side of the street.
Good. Hey, whatever you got to do, whatever it
Whatever
takes.
you got to do.
Were you, because I've done this regret without getting too personal. Have you guys ever done stuff to try to get the person to break up with you so you didn't have to do it?
Yes.
Or just been like, nothing crazy, nothing that's like an automatic termination, but just like you started changing your behavior just enough to be like, oh, this isn't going well, all right?
All right, well, think of the time. So
you're
this
probably
was
going to break up with me, I bet.
right out of high school. So I wasn't answering phone calls or beeps.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't returning beeps.
I paged you
I
143.
paged you.
You said nothing.
143. Oh, that was so cool.
I paged you 143-911.
I love you immediately. Emergency.
Emergency. Call me back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
911. Yeah, the phone number at 911. And I was trying to distance myself, and this person was not getting the hint. It was bad. It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad. So
We all have those, though.
all right, think about yourself in 2005.
Can't.
What do you mean you can't?
Blackout.
This is a lost year?
Oh, it's a lost year. 05's a 05's a motorcycle.
05's a
hiring,
lost
dude.
year?
Yeah.
Out of control?
Maybe not yet. I was probably in the peak party phase, but
But what were you doing in 05? You weren't a comedian yet.
no, I don't. Man, those are like the aughts are lost years to me, man.
What was your profession? So were you still in the
05?
service?
No, I mean I was in the National Guard, but I was home. I was probably just like peak Carbondale. Working as a bartender / bouncer at a bar, probably just living a deviant life.
So it was a day to day. I was getting up and just doing the day.
Yeah, I can't even. I'd have to like look through. I don't know where the hell I was in 05, man. Because that was like, that's a weird year because it's like you can't. A lot of social media doesn't really go back that far,
Yeah.
so you can't like go look.
It's hard to document those.
It is, dude.
But you don't remember like where you were living and what job you had?
Not specifically, no.
Wow.
Really?
I mean, I was definitely in Southern Illinois still, because I didn't move up here till 08. 05, I was probably dating. I was in Carbondale. I was probably dating my girlfriend Nikki at the time. Like just living, just peak. Live party mode.
19 years ago, you're still an adult. Yes, you're out of school. Well, most of us are out of school. You don't have the responsibilities of what, well, you had 5 kids by then.
Yeah, I had children and a business.
You had children by then, but yeah, it's going to sleep, getting up, and then, hey, whatever's going to happen today is going to happen. I know I have to go to work.
Yeah.
I got a fun job. I'm just playing songs.
You know what? I
man.
might have been in Edwardsville. The hell?
Oh,
The
man.
hell was I, man? Somebody chime
Who
in.
should we
Where
ask?
was I?
Where was
Does
Rafe
anybody
in
know where friends of mine?
2005?
Anybody run into Rafe in
Who
05?
did I know in 05? This was like the year I think I disappeared for like a month.
Oh, my.
Let's go to Internet Archive.
This might have been. I
MySpace.
think I might have went to San Diego and just stayed out there for like 3.
Was this New Orleans when you and the guy with the
Yeah.
no shirt were in the boat?
Yes, this is when I met Ham Hock and went on a fan boat with a stranger.
All
This
right,
is
well-
Did you
peak.
disappear from yourself
Yeah.
for a month?
Were you incarcerated?
Listen, I had a
Where
couple
were you?
years out there, and
I got some missing years, dude.
between 1999 and 02, were kind of weird years for me, but I knew where I was.
I mean, I know my general whereabouts, parts unknown. But I was quite a vagabond for a while. Who knows?
When you quote unquote disappeared, where did you go? Is that the San Diego thing you're talking about?
Well, one time I left. I went to visit my friend in San Diego and just kept paying for my apartment in Edwardsville and stayed gone for 6 months and lived on his couch and just took all Fs in every class. Didn't drop out. Just took all
Just no
failing
shows.
grades. My GPA plummeted. Had to go back. Luckily, Edwardsville you could retake classes and replace the grade, or my GPA would have been atrocious getting out of
Oh, my
college.
God.
It was a wild time, man. I was detailing cars at a Ford dealership living in
So you
San
went to
Marcos, California.
So you went to San Diego.
There's a lot of details there for a year that you had previously.
I don't know if that
blanked
was
on.
05. You asked.
We don't know what that is.
Oh,
You
okay.
just said when I disappeared, where did I go? And
So you went to San Diego,
You remember
like to go visit a friend, and just didn't come back.
yeah, I was like,
for
this
6
is-
months.
This rules.
That's
This is
awesome.
what a great city. And he
Man.
goes, hey, man.
You're free to stay,
There
bro.
was just like 7 people living in a 4-bedroom ranch that some lady in Minnesota was renting out until she retired. 2 blocks off the beach.
Man, that's cool.
So it was like sublet it out.
Yeah.
So you were renting from somebody who was renting.
Oh,
That's,
yeah.
That's cool.
Just
It
stand on
was
the
to me
couch.
and my buddies. Like, it was a garage. It had been converted into just like a sleeping quarters. It was nice, but it was still the garage.
what- and
But it's
here-
San Diego, so it didn't matter. Like, you didn't have to worry about temperature, really.
Right, and here's the difference. Like if I heard that story now, like, oh, he went to go live on a couch in San Diego, all I'm thinking is, oh, my back would hurt.
Yeah. Dude, the house.
Like,
that-
I ain't sleeping on a
that
couch.
cool?
the house that we were in, this band, it had all of us, our singer's wife at the time, and a guy or two from St. Louis that had also come out there. There was no beds, and I was on the couch in the living room. So my buddy Nick slept in the hot tub outside. It was a concrete hot tub that no water in it, and he just put like I want to say they were like lawn chair pads, and he just circled it. It was like one of those hot tubs that just sunk in the ground,
Yeah.
and it's all one big seat.
Yeah.
So he just kind of curled and slept there. And it was outside, technically. I guess in like a sunroom looking
Yeah,
thing.
so
you know?
it had a roof.
Yeah, but it was LA, it was Orange County. So
It had a roof with no walls.
yeah, you don't need.
Yeah.
There's no air conditioning in the house anyway. I mean, he was probably the most comfortable out of all of us, to be honest. He had
Spread out.
he had the thing filled with pillows and,
awesome.
and blankets. And
We could
stuff.
sleep anywhere in 05.
Yeah,
I mean, it
I'd
didn't
sleep
matter.
anywhere.
Now I'm like very particular.
When was the
about how
last
I
time you
sleep.
slept on a couch? I slept on a couch a couple months ago, and it was horrible.
Yeah.
I slept on a couch a couple months ago. It was horrible. I
fell
will never
asleep
do
on
it again.
my own couch last week, but that's different.
Scott, where were you in 05?
Oh, I was all over. It was an incredible year because that was the year I was working on the road. So I worked for Moon's bands, and then I was also working for random sponsors and got
yeah.
to tour manage some stuff. And it was just one of those where I was home maybe 2 weeks the whole year or less.
Yeah,
and-
you were the boss at Super Soaker that year, right?
Yeah, I got to do
Yeah.
the Super Soaker tent, hang out with Paramore and all those crazy people.
Well, here's-
But yeah, 2005 though.
a
The
good
reason
year
I
for
think
you.
it's the most epic. First off, the only apology I would have is going to my cousin. I missed my cousin Aaron's wedding, so I apologize for that. But I would have. But we did the international tour, and I got to go overseas, and that was
Oh,
unbelievable.
yeah, we did. We
cool.
traveled the
Yeah,
planet together.
Unbelievable.
All right. Well, listen,
How
here's
was
what people
I?
said in 05. Again, without the heavy responses, like if you woke up and it was 2005, you went to sleep last night, you woke up, oh my God, it's 2005. Somebody said they'd breathe a huge sigh of relief and do everything differently. Somebody said they're firing up the Halo 2 on Xbox Live ASAP.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
said they'd take the moment to appreciate how chill things were with no constant notifications, just enjoying simpler tech, like burned CDs and instant messaging. Somebody would tell Blockbuster, hey, listen, go buy Netflix.
You'll thank us later.
Go buy Netflix. You're going to thank us later.
Dude, you know how I interacted with my especially my touring friends the most back then was Xbox Live. I mean, I like maintained friendships and relationships with all these band guys through Xbox Live. Because you didn't have the FaceTime or any of that kind of stuff. You're not like texting. Because remember, we're still texting on numbers, if you remember that. You remember having like the
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
trying to get predictive text and you're like on your little flip
Yeah.
phone? Like, you're not doing that. So you just jump on Halo 2 and talk to your dudes.
So let's think of the opposite. Let's think of if somebody in 05 woke up in 2024 and you got to try to explain stuff to them.
Yeah.
Like their frame of reference, 05 reference to 2024. Like they're going to try to impress you by saying, check out my phone flips. And you go, huh?
Watch this.
I think what would happen? Give it about 36 hours, and they'd all start talking like Brooks in Shawshank Redemption when he's like, the world went and got itself in a big damn hurry.
Listen, when you tell them the world's most famous football player is dating the world's most famous singer, they're like, Ben Roethlisberger is dating Miley Cyrus? They're still thinking Ricky Martin's getting so many chicks.
Yeah, he's slaying.
And you're never going to guess who's president next year.
Their ideal girlfriend is a normal girl next door type like Britney Spears.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
They think the prequels are as low as Star Wars will ever sink. Oh, no. When you tell them, what you're listening to, they got to explain that the host of Fear Factor has a very popular radio show.
Joe Rogan?
Their reaction to your Tesla is like, that's no Saturn.
R.I.P. to Saturn.
Saturn's
Great cars,
dope,
man.
dude.
I saw one the other day, and I was like,
Saturn?
that guy might be from the past.
I had a great
It's like the
Saturn.
DeLorean of 19.
Yeah, I knew a girl that had a
back
white
the-
Saturn.
Dude, I bought a
Nice.
Saturn, like an SUV. It was a Saturn View for $9,000 used. It was a stick shift. So a stick shift 4-cylinder Saturn View. That thing lasted for like another 130,000 miles and was maybe one of the best cars I've ever purchased. Definitely as far as investment goes, like it was
They lasted a long
best
time.
bang for the buck. What a great car.
Oh, you know what I would do?
What?
I woke up in 05. I would be like, hey, just in a couple years, this Bitcoin thing's going to come out. Buy as much as you can.
Yep.
No matter how ridiculous everything about it sounds, no matter what everyone says.
Did that come out in 09 or 20? Was it 09 or 11? Dude, Bitcoin just hit $90,000.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's
Absurd.
amazing.
They're saying,
Just-
they're saying it's probably going to hit 100 within 30 days.
So I would say, hey, dude, hang tight. Just hang tight for a couple years. Just put a couple $1,000s in Bitcoin, and you'll be all right. You'll be set up.
Yeah, you'd be the wealthiest
you'll be
human
set
in the
up.
world.
Set a timer for
You'll
2024.
be set up.
The other thing, if someone came back to 25, is the biggest sport in the world would now be pickleball. I think that'd be.
Well, trying to explain that there's something called pickleball.
Yes.
And like, all right, there's something called pickleball. It's pretty big.
And it's not something for the youth, but you would
No.
think a name like that would be for young folk.
Who was, speaking of technology, who was saying yesterday they like to keep telemarketers on the line? Oh, that was Rafe.
Yeah.
That's something you like to do. If you get a telemarketer,
Sometimes, yeah, I like to play a little telemarketing chicken.
And people have done pranks where they mess around with phone scammers to waste their time, which could be fun, right?
Yeah, pretend like it's my dad who I haven't talked to in like 25 years.
But here's the thing. So you're wasting their time, but you're also wasting your own time.
But yeah, this is true.
You're wasting your own time.
But they were going to waste my time when they called me anyway.
But ladies
They're
and
getting
gentlemen,
paid to do it.
AI may change all that. So a company in the UK has created an AI grandmother bot just to talk to phone scammers and waste their time. The bot is named Daisy.
Nice.
So DAISY. Daisy. And the voice mimics an older person who goads phone scammers into meandering, fruitless conversations.
Great.
Love this.
And it could be effective because old folks are a common target for phone scammers.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, Grandma can talk your ear off. So if the scammer's able to hang on long enough to insist on getting general information like bank details, Daisy is just going to start making up fake info.
Great.
It isn't something you could get, it isn't something you could go by. The company that created it is a mobile phone operator, and they put numbers leading to Daisy on a lot of lists that scammers use for leads. So hopefully the idea takes off, comes to America. Here are a couple samples of this Daisy bot in action. Sounds pretty good.
So W's then a dot.
3 times W and then dot.
I think your profession is bothering people, right?
I'm just trying to have a little chat.
It's nearly been an hour.
Gosh, how time flies.
So the Daisy bot had this person on the phone for an hour.
It's showing me a picture of my cat, Fluffy.
It's showing you the picture of your cat, Fluffy.
Stop calling me dear, you stupid.
Got it, dear. Because while they're busy talking to me, they can't be scamming you. And let's face it, dear, I've got all the time in the world.
Yep.
That's pretty rad.
Pretty
I like
cool.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking? A great idea, maybe it exists or it's in development for AI, is helping you find a parking space. I don't know how it would work, but let's say you're going out to a restaurant.
Satellite imagery.
Satellite imagery where it can tell, okay, this is a parking zone that has open parking. It's open, and it gives you real-time efforts to, hey, if you're going to this restaurant,
so you
wanna
would
park
have
here.
to
No, dude.
partner with somebody.
No, Waze would do it. And then Waze would say, turn left, 3 spots on the right.
Yes.
Yeah, but then you're.
Literally leads you to
Yeah,
the
but
spot.
you know what though? But that would. So that's user. That's a user thing, right? So you have to
Yeah,
put
you
like.
have to-
Well, I'm
So-
just saying, Waze would partner with the satellite.
And
Whatever.
And it would be with the GPS location of. So let's say I want to go to Louis on Demon for dinner, and there's street parking available. There's a parking lot. I would say I'm going to Louis at 7:00. Where can I park closest? And then it would tell you 3 different spots that you could park.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a bummer for the neighborhoods though? Because all the cool like free spots are
No, they got the same thing.
snacks.
They're using the same thing.
Yeah, but they live in those neighborhoods.
Unless
Now
you're
it's like,
you're partnering with Waze, and Waze will track when a Waze user pulls out of a spot.
Yeah.
When a Waze user pulls out of a spot, it'll let you know, like, hey, there's a spot.
Because
You have to be close.
It'd be a
though.
different app then. Pays.
have to be close.
Parking Ways. Look for it, the red BMW.
No, I'm just saying, if you partner with a satellite company that does satellite imagery real time,
Mm-hmm.
you're like, I'm going to the Galleria.
Find me the best parking
Because
spot.
if we're
And then you pull
privacy
into
and
the
we're always
parking
going to
lot,
be
and it'll
monitored,
tell you a spot.
we might as well get something out of this. And we all hate parking so much. And I think that this is a way to parlay
Not a couple-
no privacy, always being
Not a
monitored.
bad idea.
Well, they've also, have you seen the flying cars? They've turned the,
There's a Chinese company that's got a.
yeah, you seen it? So,
Yeah.
so like, it's a drone style, so it's got 4 propellers and it's a little buggy. And, what's the biggest thing that's going to hinder that? It's, well, what if a propeller goes down? Then now you're dead. Like, there's no fender benders
Right.
in this. But they just released a whole video with, like, the emergency mechanism where as soon as something goes out, it goes and does
Parachute?
3 little parachutes and then
Float down.
you float down.
Nice.
that's great.
So I'm not saying it's close because it's not.
You know my thinking
But we're
with
a
this,
step-
this whole flying cars thing. We can't drive on the ground,
We're one more step ahead.
and we're going to put people in the air and get
Yeah.
the hell out
We'll
of
be
here.
better there, I think.
Everyone has had people tell them that it's very important that their passwords are secret, right? Don't give your password to anybody. Secret.
Okay.
So apparently, a lot of Americans have made their password the actual word secret. So every year, a company called NordPass goes through all the lists of hacked passwords that get leaked to the internet to figure out the most common, easy, and hackable ones that people are still using. And the number one most commonly hacked password that Americans used in 2024 is the word secret.
Come on, man.
That
Next
password took less than a second to be hacked
Next year it'll be idiot.
and has been used more than 328,000 times. The second worst was
Password.
123456,
Get out of here.
which is the number one word globally.
Well, that's because it's a standard.
The worst password of
I
the
just
year.
wish they would have told us about this years ago instead of right now.
No. Remember, a lot of these are the standards. So, like, if you get a new email address and somebody else set it up for you, they give you the 123456, or they give you the word password, or whatever the heck.
No, I think it's more of
It's people not changing it.
people just. No, I think it's just lazy people.
You think so?
Yeah, I think it's like I need to remember it.
I always thought it was because of
No,
it
because
being
usually
created for you.
even like, so let's say you set up a new Wi-Fi, and the password they give you is usually crazy.
Yeah, it's like parking
Until you change
parking
it.
helicopter with 15 numbers.
So the rest of the top 10 worst passwords in America. So you had secret, and then you had 123456. Then you had the word password. Then QWERTY 123. So that's KWERTY right across the top of the keyboard. KWERTY 123. Then you had QWERTY 1. Then you had 123456789.
Come on, man.
Then you had password 1. And then you had 123456788. And then you had 12345. And then ABC 123.
You and me, baby.
Somewhere a room full of Russians are looking up from their fake Facebook accounts and smiling. And other common bad ones include I love you, all lowercase, baseball, princess, football, monkey, and sunshine. And if you want the complete list, go to nordpass.com. It's easy to take a couple jabs in America, but the worst passwords are similar among many of the countries they looked at. Like the top 200 also includes these gems: trust no one, let me in, and the word password with the ampersand as the A and the letter, the number O as the O, or the number 0 as the O and the word password. So.
Way to toughen that one up.
Yep. And finally, Thanksgiving is coming up fast. And if you were selected to host this year, resources like Food Network and Food and Wine say you should have started planning last month. Last month. So here are 6 things you should definitely have crossed off your to-do list with just under 2 weeks to go. So first off, get your guest list going. Send out a couple texts this weekend to anyone who hasn't gotten back to your invite with a definite yes or no. Then you got to start doing the menu. Decide what you're cooking, make a shopping list that includes communicating about other dishes or drinks that you're going to ask people to bring. Then we got to start thinking turkey. At this point, it's a good idea to either have a fresh turkey on order or a frozen one in your freezer. The selection of turkeys at the store may start to dwindle soon, and you could end up with one that's too small or too big. And then a clean fridge. If you haven't gone through your fridge lately, do it this weekend. You'll need room for the turkey and all the extra ingredients you're going to buy.
Isn't today National Clean Your Fridge Out Day?
It is.
Then that's very convenient.
It is. Just for this reason.
Yeah.
How about cleaning your oven, you slob?
Oh, I hate cleaning an oven.
If you only clean your oven once a year, it should be now before you really put it to work in a couple weeks.
Doesn't it self-clean?
You can do that, and that's the easiest thing, but you still got to get all the dust and
From
stuff.
what I read,
ash.
though, the self-clean option on an oven is really not good for the oven.
Really?
Because
Oh,
it gets,
really?
Yeah, it gets really too hot for what the oven should be able to handle.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, you shouldn't do it often.
Basically, the self-cleaning option on your oven is more of a marketing thing than anything else. Like this oven self-cleans.
Oh, what a bunch of
I
crap.
read that somewhere.
Must be true.
Because I read it on the internet.
Somewhere.
Also, do an inventory of your pantry. Like, take inventory of what you have in the fridge, cupboards, and drawers, especially when it comes to things like spices. That way, you don't end up buying duplicates. And the same applies for things like, plates, glasses, napkins, silverware, tablecloths, bakeware, and serving spoons. Make sure you have enough to go around.
Mm-hmm.
And there you go. Now you know everything.
Yep.
Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thank you.
And that is brought to us by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. Catch Mike Tyson and Jake Paul tonight at all Hot Shots locations. Get ready for fight night and find a location near you at hotshotsnet.com. From St. Peters, Missouri, David Levine is out.
Yeah, David.
David has been a listener of the Riz Show since the very beginning, a faithful podcast weirdo. Loves the insights that each member brings to the show and how much, we help him get through his day with our discussions and games. David's favorite moments of the show are when I'm just super positive. He loves Matchup with the Moon, Rafe's E-memoriam, anytime Moon does a Mickey Mouse impression, which you do often.
I do?
Yeah.
You just did it right then. Oh, I'm doing it now.
He also appreciates all the contributions that the show has brought to the local community and is honored to be a member of Team Riz. David Levine from St. Peters is our Team Riz member of the day. Get your super sweet Team Riz member of the day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. Thank you. All right, we will take our first break of the morning. We'll come back. We will crown the official Craigslist Freak of the Week. We'll find out which ad is moving on to the semifinals. And I believe the semifinals will be set after this, correct?
That's right.
Back to the Riz Show. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams. 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizShow at 1057thepoint.com. The Sklar Brothers will be here in about 45 minutes. Rafe's E-memoriam on the way. Friday Fail Stories. We'll play just two of us with the Sklar Brothers, which should be fun. Also, a brand new Christmas song, a brand new holiday classic, dare I say it, from Moon's outfit called The Misfit Machine. It's a song called Mr. Holiday, which we will world premiere for you on the radio here in just a couple minutes after Crap on Celebrities. But first, we need to talk about Face the Music. And this is Moon's week to pick all the bands for Face the Music. So today, and actually all weekend long, Moon, when they hear what band?
Rage Against the Machine.
When you hear Rage Against the Machine, open up your Point mobile app, tap Moon's face, chance to win $1,000, and your chance to co-host the morning show with us. Last week's winner on announced was Carissa Raitano from Swansea, Illinois. Congratulations, Carissa Raitano from Swansea, winner of $1,000, and she will be here at some point in December.
Cool name.
To co-host the morning show with us. So Rage Against the Machine today and all weekend. That's who you are listening for.
Is there any better pick for a Friday? No. Rage.
Yeah, perfect. Rage is it, man. That's great.
I love the person that won your week almost has your last name. That's cool.
Raitano Rizzuto?
Yeah. Feels right.
I mean,
another
we both have
Italian.
O's.
We're swapping Italians out.
We both have O's at the end of our last names.
Mm-hmm. Start with an R.
And so an R.
They have approximately the same amount of syllables and a T in the middle. There's a lot of...
We have similar I's in our name as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Sure, she's short a Z or two.
Many shared
But
letters.
there's a T in there.
She got an E and an N and an A. All right, guys. Let's send an ad to the Craigslist Freak of the Year semifinal. So, quarterfinal matchup. Two combatants going at it. Read them both yesterday, and based on your votes, one of these ads moving on again to the Freak of the Year semifinal. And here's how it all shook out. The winner had 69.4% of your vote. Runner-up, 30.6% of your vote. And we must say congratulations to the ad moving on to the semifinals, Mr. Robert Plant.
Plant me, man for man, 49 years old, Newfoundland. I want you to plant me and then plant me. I love plants. Like, I'm obsessed and I identify as a plant. I'm looking for a cool 420-friendly partner who will treat me like their little fiddle plant and give me more than just their green thumb, wink, wink. I want you to plant me in the ground up to my neck and then water me the old-fashioned way. Use me as a toilet and make sure I get the nourishment that I need. You can dig me up and transplant me as I grow. Bury me in all sorts of positions. Ass up with my legs and arms buried securely in the ground will leave me at your mercy, and I want no mercy. You can also bury me with only my face and stalk exposed for your pleasure. I want us both to benefit from our horny little garden. Make sure you pull out all the pubies and keep your little fiddle plant tidy. I have a giant cattle trough and plenty of dirt for us. Looking forward to becoming your favorite naughty crop.
All right, there you go. Robert Plant, moving on.
All I can see is Ben Bailey's face from yesterday as I was reading this to him with eye contact.
Although we must say goodbye to Gene Evenwilder.
Yeah.
Good run, buddy.
Bye, Gene.
Nice
Good
guy.
run, but you didn't make it. So that sets up the semifinals. So we got, I believe, next week is Crawley Shore versus Java the Slut.
That's right.
And then the next matchup will be Robert Plant versus Flo Pesci. That'll happen on December the 5th. And the finals on December the 12th. Well, there you go. Thank you for all your votes. Much appreciated. And Robert Plant moving on to the Freak of the Year semifinals. Today is November the 15th. Back in the day, 218 years ago, 1806, explorer Zebulon Pike spotted the Colorado mountains. They later named one of them after him. Anybody?
Zebulon's Peak.
Nope.
Pikes Peak.
Pike's Peak.
Yeah, I've been to the top
Yeah.
of it. I've done the Cog Railroad.
Common mistake.
You ever done the Cog Railroad
I've
up
never
to the top?
been.
Oh, it's amazing. Old school Cog Railroad that drags you up there. And
There's
I
like
think
ghost towns up there, right?
there's like a couple little things on the way. I wouldn't say ghost towns, but like when you get to the top, it's friggin' high up there. And I've been up there probably 6 or 7 times, and I've maybe seen past the clouds twice.
Well, it's one of the top 25 mountain peaks of the Rockies, elevation of 14,115 feet.
It's so high that you run the risk that when you get up to the top, you can't see anything because you're above a cloud.
My friend and friend of the show, Bobby Jaycox, rented a motorcycle. Not having ever ridden a motorcycle before.
Oh, no.
And decided his first trip was going to be up Pikes Peak.
Oh my gosh, that's like a Jeep trail.
Rode his motorcycle up,
like
and he had a GoPro on it. He got to the top, and he was recording like he thought it'd be cool to have like the video vlog.
Yeah.
And on the way, he's crying the entire way down the mountain. He's coming down the mountain. He burned the clutch out. Had to pay for it. I go, dude, why would you pick your first motorcycle ride to be one of the most difficult? And he's like, I thought it'd be cool. And then on the way down, he's like, he had to pull over. He's sobbing inside the helmet. He's just like, I'm gonna freaking die up here, man. He's like just bawling his
Was
eyes
he by
out.
himself?
Oh, totally alone.
Oh, Bobby.
Oh, sweet Bobby.
awesome.
Love the guy. And I was just like, what were you thinking, man?
Bobby.
That makes me love him even more.
Just bawling his eyes out the whole way down the mountain.
All right, 44 years ago, 1980, Kenny Rogers had his first #1 hit with what song?
Islands in a Stream.
No.
Just kidding. I was joking.
Gambler?
Lady.
Oh, yeah.
80.
Written by
Lionel.
Lionel Richie. 38 years ago, 1986, the Beastie Boys released their debut record, Licensed to Ill. 34 years ago, 1990, Milli Vanilli producer Frank Farian publicly admits that Fabrice Morvan and Rob Pilatus never sang a note on their record. The lip-syncing Milli Vanilli eventually returned their Best New Artist Grammy. Fab is now, I believe, a pitchman for KFC, and Rob is dead.
Oh.
30 years ago, 1994, TLC released their second record, Crazy, Sexy, Cool, featuring Creep and Waterfalls.
It's still a banger. Front to back, the interludes.
record.
It's a perfect record.
28 years ago, 1996, Space Jam was released. That's the original with Bugs Bunny and Michael Jordan. 23 years ago, 2001, Microsoft launches the first Xbox console, sold for $299. Its competition that year was the PlayStation 2 and the Nintendo GameCube. And 19 years ago, in 2005, Carrie Underwood releases her debut record, Some Hearts, featuring Jesus Take the Wheel and Before He Cheats. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
I want to say, first of all, it's brought to you by Cordell and Cordell. Don't let divorce take more than it has to. Congratulations to Donnie Fandango, because Donnie and I are fans of Jack White. And, Jack White's been doing these day before shows where he announces a show and then they just pop up. They're like little pop-up shows around the nation. And Donnie and I have both been driving Jack White crazy on Instagram. Be like, please come to St. Louis. And he is. He will
Because
be
of
here.
you guys,
Because
huh?
of us, yes. The No Name Tour will start its second leg of the tour April 3rd here in St. Louis at the Factory.
Oh, the Factory.
At the Factory.
Okay, so April 3rd.
April 3rd, yes.
Let's see what day of the week that is.
Go for
It
it.
doesn't feel like a pop-up show.
No, this isn't a pop-up. This
Oh, okay.
is
This is actual.
So he's been
April
doing
3rd is a Thursday.
Thursday. Damn it. Well, that's all right. So the pop-up shows are done. Now he's got
Now it's
a full-blown schedule
Full
out.
on tour.
Nice.
Pre-sale tickets will be available to Third Man Records Vault subscribers today and general on sale next Friday.
Hey, I do want to just say one thing real quick, just kind of interject here. Remember you're talking about your parking app?
Yeah.
That you wanted an app that shows your real-time parking?
Yes.
Jacob writes in, heard the conversation this morning about parking. I work for local government. Just wanted to share that Kirkwood and St. Charles have invested in smart infrastructure that provides real-time parking space occupancy in their business districts.
Right on Kirkwood.
And I guess there is a Park Kirkwood
App
and it
That's cool.
done.
and also
You
on
can
St.
hear it.
Charles there's a app there too.
Perfect. I love
So
this.
It's a thing already.
Great.
Kirkwood and St. Charles.
Let's maybe make it not just those two cities, and I'm all in. Avenged Sevenfold have released a video recap of their October 25th concert in California, where they played songs only from Waking the Fallen and City of Evil. So if you're Avenged fans, you might want to check that out on YouTube. Green Day Shinedown Korn will join Linkin Park as headliners for the Welcome to Rockville Festival. This is happening May 15th through the 18th at the Daytona International
I saw the
Speedway.
lineup for this thing. Damn.
It is huge. I mean, it starts on a Thursday. You get Shinedown, Three Doors Down, Hailstorm, Bullet for My Valentine, Blue October, Rob Zombie. Then the next day, it's Alice in Chains, Green Day, Jimmy Eat World, Lit, Killswitch Engage, among many
I mean,
others.
there's a million bands playing this thing. It's wild.
Saturdays, Linkin Park, Incubus, Beartooth, Sleep Theory. Sunday, wrapping things up with Korn, Marilyn Manson, Chevelle, Filter, a million other people are on this bill. So welcome to rockville.com. Snoop Dogg is releasing his own jewelry line called Love Child in collaboration with the brand Metal Alchemist and Gamma, the music and media company that he's partnered with before. So I looked at these rings. They're actually really cool. There's a gold ring for $188, and it looks like a crown, and it's pretty sweet. So I'm kind of interested in this Snoop Dogg line of jewelry. I don't know what that means, but
Snoop Dogg line of jewelry.
it might be my gangsta era. Motley Crue have launched a Dr. Feelgood online pharmacy to celebrate the album's 35th anniversary. So you can actually get your prescription drugs filled by visiting Dr. Feelgood's pharmacy. The link to, stream music videos and rare clips.
What?
So you can also purchase tickets on this pharmacy's website.
It's an actual pharmacy?
No, it's a prescription of getting your Motley Crue fix.
My daily dose of Motley Crue?
Yes.
Okay.
Pretty cool stuff.
I was like, Motley Crue is going to have like a CVS?
Yeah, they're doing the Mark
Need to
Cuban thing now.
kickstart my heart, please.
TV news tonight is the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight, and a little mini brawl broke out during their weigh-in event. We were watching this. So Iron Mike, who's 58, slapped the crap out of Jake Paul, who's 27.
Did you see this, Rafe?
Yeah, I saw it.
Well, why do you smirk?
I mean, this is all clearly staged.
Well,
It's
close
just-
up
it's just-
was.
I mean, he smacked him for real.
No,
but
no,
it's-
no. We actually found something after we saw the story. Lauren was talking about it in the office. When we got in the studio, Riz found something, and it
Jake
makes
Paul
it makes sense.
Stepped on his toes. Like when he was Jake Paul acting like a jackass, like crawled in like a bear.
Tyson was in socks
Tyson was in socks. Jake Paul kind of jumped up and then landed on Tyson's foot.
with his shoe, like full blown, like
Fight canceled.
weight on his
Fight
toes.
canceled. No.
Broken toe.
Hey man, I understand.
Tyson
This.
slapped the crap out of him. I mean, it was
Yeah,
it was a real slap.
Well, and then
Yeah.
Jake Paul says, Mike Tyson, I thought it was a cute slap, buddy, but tomorrow you're getting knocked the F out. I'm effing him up. I'm effing him up. He hits like a bitch. It's personal now. It's personal. He must die. And even Jake Paul's mom said that she's going to kill Mike Tyson. So even the mom's involved now.
Well,
Jake Paul started crying.
He did look like a little
He
bitch,
did?
though, after he got slapped.
no, that would have been hilarious.
I don't know. I think my money's on Mike Tyson tonight.
Man, my heart says Mike Tyson. I really want him to win, especially after that display. The whole crawling in like a bear thing with Jake Paul.
He's playing too much.
I know he's playing too much. I just want to get it. I like the slap.
I do too.
It was good, but
He did take the hit.
somebody brought up a good point, and I think it was Dave Portnoy from Barstool. Like, he's almost 60. His last couple fights, he looked like garbage.
Yeah, that wasn't great.
but he's not fighting He's not fighting a boxer. He's not fighting a
I don't
ranked
know.
guy. He's just fighting a dude.
A
from
dude that's been
YouTube.
pretty well
He's
trained.
decent.
But even boxers are saying, like, Jake Paul doesn't look bad. Like,
He
he's
doesn't
not like,
look bad.
No, I saw one where they were showing him hit the things, and they're like, man, he has no head movement. He's like, he's hitting the thing hard, but he's like, his head is staying in one place, and he's like, Mike Tyson is going to just zero in on that.
Well, that's a good point.
We'll see. Listen,
But I don't
we'll
think
see
it's.
tonight.
I think the fix is in.
Don't tell me that.
I'm
Don't say
still
that.
saying
I
that.
don't-
We'll see. I hope I eat those
man.
words. I hope Tyson destroys him, but I think we'll find out Monday the fix was in.
Denzel Washington claims that he kissed a man on the lips for Gladiator 2, but the scene was cut. Here's a little audio of him with Gaiety, revealing that the scene
What?
of him kissing another man got cut from Gladiator 2.
Gaiety? What is
like
Gaiety?
a podcast, an interview.
Okay. Oh, the podcast is called Gaiety.
Yes.
Okay. I thought it was a character from. I thought it was a
I don't know
character.
what Gaiety is. It sounds like a podcast about
That was a character from Gladiator.
LGBTQ.
I actually kissed a man in the film, but they took it. They cut it. I think they got chicken. I kissed a guy full on the lips, and I guess they weren't ready for that yet.
Oh man. Well,
I killed him about 5 minutes later, but
I mean, it's Gladiator.
it's Gladiator. The kiss of death.
So the Oscar winner plays Macrinus, a wealthy power broker in Rome who keeps a stable of gladiators for sport. Gladiator 2
Everybody's saying-
opens on the 22nd.
Everybody's saying this thing is looking pretty good.
Yep.
Comes out next weekend.
Here's the thing that's not looking very good. The holiday movie Red One, starring The Rock, Chris Evans, and J.K. Simmons, has some critics saying that if you see it, you're going to regret it. The Rock and Chris Evans deliver a Christmas lump of coal, says one critic.
Damn.
They only
Let's
earned
see.
32% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's up to
making it-
34%.
Oh, it is.
Ooh,
Okay,
that's
well, let's
good.
give
It's
them
climbing.
some points. It is one of the most reviewed big releases of the year. Red One reportedly cost $250 million to make. It's estimated to earn as little as $25 million in its debut.
This thing, it's got what a great cast.
I know. Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz are sharing the screen again. Netflix just dropped the first teaser trailer for Back in Action, showing Foxx and Diaz on a high-octane thrill ride as a married couple, forced back into their jobs as spies. So Cameron Diaz has been out of movies. She said she retired. You know, she's had babies now. 2014's Annie was the last time she was in a movie. And so this is kind of cool. And these two were in the, Any Given Sunday together, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So,
What
between.
a great movie that was.
It was a really good movie. Jamie Foxx's medical emergency interrupted his filmmaking. Cameron Diaz with her retirement. Kind of cool to see them back on screen together. And so we will see Back in Action when it hits Netflix on January 17th.
When was the last time you saw Any Given Sunday?
It's been a while.
It's on the theaters because they used our stuff for the trailer.
Man, what a good movie that was.
Haven't seen it since then. That was like the
That's
updated.
Oliver Stone.
I know, but that was like it felt like the updated. What was it? What was the one where they were like laying down on the road?
The
The
Game.
Notebook?
I think it was called The Game.
The Game? You sure? Okay, it was
The
like
football players were laying down on the road.
yeah, and it was like, do you remember that from like the '90s? It was like controversial.
Yeah, no, the program.
The program.
Program. That's it. That's it. And-
Cain is able.
yeah,
was close.
Any Given Sunday felt like just an updated version of the program to me.
I think it holds up better.
Does
I
it?
watched part of the program like about a year ago. and
Did
I'm
it not
this
age well?
Movie sucks. Sucks. It's so stupid.
Pam Anderson made a movie called The Last Showgirl about a seasoned Las Vegas dancer whose future is uncertain when her show closes after a 30-year run. This looks really good. And there's already talk that Pam Anderson could be up for some major awards because of this performance. She's been already nominated for a Gotham Award. Gia Coppola, the granddaughter of Francis Ford Coppola, is directing. And it also stars Jamie Lee Curtis, Dave Bautista, Billy Lord, among many others. And so we'll be able to see it coming up in December 13th, called The Last Showgirl.
All right, so the program from 1993. A college football coach played by James Caan forfeits all but winning to get his troubled team to the big game. Rotten Tomatoes, 43%. Although the audience scores 80%. Does not hold up, huh?
No, it's really dumb.
James Caan. Oh, Holly Berry, Omar Epps. Oh, man.
Omar Epps, that's right. He's the one
Omar
that
Epps.
the coach makes carry the football around in class. And,
Darnell
if
Jefferson.
if somebody knocks it out,
Yeah.
he's in trouble.
Christy
Guy that-
Swanson.
Latimer, like the big guy that was like swapping his pee out because he was on so many steroids in the movie. It's just such a bad. It's terrible.
Yeah, but it was like controversial. Like the news would talk about it at night. Like, don't let your kids see
Lay down.
this.
Well, it was don't let
'Cause
your kids lay down on the road.
Right. That and Mortal
supposed to lay
Kombat
down
were
at?
on late night news. Like, your kid, our kids are going to hell.
Destroying
the
society.
program and Mortal Kombat are happening.
That's what they sounded like.
That sounded
Pretty
like it.
much. My mother was like, have you seen this movie, The Program? No, Ma. You're not playing Mortal Kombat, are you?
And finally, you guys all have opinions, so let's get the opinions out for this. So there was a list put together, the best TV shows that had really bad first seasons. I'm going to tell you the show. You tell me if this is justified to be on this top 10 list.
Okay, one more time.
The best TV shows that had really bad first seasons.
Okay.
Okay. So like number one on this, and I don't think these are ranked in any way.
It's got to be Seinfeld.
Well, no. Star Trek: The Next Generation. Did anybody watch that?
No, I never watched
I never
it.
watched
kinda
it.
But I feel like if I was of a certain age, I would have enjoyed it.
Okay. Parks and Rec is one that I hear people say the first season was just really slow, and they're on this
I never
list.
watched it.
Neither did I.
I've tried multiple times.
Can't believe it.
Yeah, maybe
Great
that's
show.
why.
It's
I know,
fine.
Everybody says it's great.
Oh,
First season, though, was crap.
it's great. I think it's better than The Office.
What about Halt and Catch Fire? I've not seen that. I don't know what that is. That's on this list.
Never heard of
That
that.
one.
Sex and the City, I would give it. The first season of Sex and the City is pretty bare bones and kind of lame. She lives in a different apartment. It's like they're building the character development. I think it deserves to be on this list. Angel. Anybody ever watch that?
Yeah, okay.
Buffy spinoff.
Yeah.
The Buffy spinoff.
Seinfeld is on this list at number 6.
Seinfeld notoriously had a bad first season.
Yeah, it was okay.
Almost got canceled.
And I had to keep telling my wife that. I was like, just wait, just
What
wait.
made it so bad? I don't remember what made it bad.
Not bad.
It wasn't bad. It just there was
It
nothing
was-
else like it.
It was finding its feet,
Okay.
if you will.
So development as well.
I will say, maybe controversial take, I would say the Game of Thrones first season, even though it's packed and absolutely
That's
amazing.
everybody hooked.
For people that don't
I thought that was
want
the
to
best
love
ones.
it, it is one of the best ones, but it's just so chock full of information that it can seem
Like overboard.
slow to somebody.
That's what got me hooked. The first season.
It's always
If a show like that had a bad first season, I would have been out.
Yeah, like I said, I don't think it's a bad first season. I think it can be perceived as a what was that season?
because there's so many characters.
Yeah, there's so much to intake that it feels slow to a lot of people. People like because for me it took like 4 or 5 tries for that first couple episodes to even get hooked. And then if you make it to the end of the first season, you go, damn,
I know.
I need more.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia had a really bad first season, according to this list.
I'm trying to. There's been so many seasons to that show. I'm trying to even think about that.
I feel like that was slow. I've not watched the whole season.
I
but
didn't
my
love
husband
the last
watches it.
season.
The first one, yeah,
It's Always Sunny.
I just watched the first season, and it is not.
Because Frank's not there
Frank's
yet,
not
right?
in it yet.
Yeah, it's not as intense as the next.
Danny DeVito
couple.
saved that show. So
He
good.
did.
I love that show.
I do too. BoJack Horseman. Anybody watch that?
No.
Yeah.
Unjustified. What do you think? Did they have a slow first season?
A little bit. I think that was another thing. Like it was a cartoon, but he's like severely depressed, and it's played by Will Arnett. And it's really good, but it was like it kind of had some darker tones to the comedy, and I think it kind of threw people off.
Gotcha. And last on this list, Justified. I never watched that either, but
Yeah.
apparently they had a terrible first season. So these were the shows that have bad first seasons, but then they get better with time. And that was your crap on celebrities.
Celebrity celebrating a birthday today. Shailene Woodley is 33. B.O.B. Remember his collaborations, Airplanes and Magic, and a couple others. He's 36. Winston Duke from Black Panther movies
Also, The Office.
is 38.
Oh no, Winston Duke. Is he the young kid with the glasses?
He's 38.
Winston
so
Duke.
If he was in Black Panther, no.
he's in Baku from Black Panther.
Who's? I'm thinking Clark Duke.
From Predator.
Who was the kid with the glasses in The Office? He's
Bo
in Hot Tub-
Duke.
He's in Hot Tub Time Machine.
Winston Duke is in Fall Guy, Black Panther.
Anyway, I was wrong.
Jim Duke. Asia Kate Dillon Taylor from Billions is 40. Sophia DiMartino, Sylvie on Loki is 41. Yaya DaCosta, that's DaCosta. April from Chicago Med is 42. Tim McGee from NCIS, also known as Sean Murray, 2 first names, is 47. Chad Kroger from Nickelback is 50. Sidney Poitier. This
I
is,
believe he has passed on.
nope, this is his daughter.
Oh.
Spelled Sydney. Sydney Tamia Portier is 51. Johnny Lee Miller, Sherlock Holmes on Elementary. Also, John Major in The Crown is 52. E40. I don't know who that is, but they're 57.
Rapper.
Kevin Eubanks, Jay Leno's band leader on The Tonight Show Forever and Ever, is 67. Beverly D'Angelo,
Yes.
Chevy Chase's wife.
Ellen Griswold.
Ellen Griswold, that's right, is 73. Anna Frida Lingstad, that is the brunette ABBA singer, is 79. Sam Waterston, Jack McCoy on Law & Order, is 84. And Petula Clark
Downtown.
That's right. 1964's hit Downtown is 92 years old. Congratulations.
All right, today's porno birthday, which is being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet, is Candy Hill. And today's birthday girl's been in 204 fine films, including
Candy.
Anal Retentive, Body Slammin' 1, Booty Duty 7, Caught from Behind 29, Finger Lickin' Good 3, Jiggly Queens 4, Lost in the Bush, Office Sluts 1, Tales of Perversity 3, The World's Luckiest Black Man, and who can forget her role in 1998's Put Out or Get Out. Candy Hill is 62 years old. That's your porno birthday. Those are your crappy birthdays, and that was your crap on celebrities. So it's been November. Have the quote-unquote holidays arrived yet?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're here.
Are they here?
Of course they're here.
Oh,
man.
the Christmas creep. Yes, I'm seeing it everywhere. I'm already seeing the holiday commercials on TV.
Mm-hmm.
So how you answer that question, have the holidays arrived yet, might depend on what radio station you're listening to, because somebody asked 2,000 people to name the top signs the holidays have officially started, and the number one answer was hearing Christmas music on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
That was the number one thing that people said when they answered the questions, have the holidays arrived yet? So festive music on the radio is the number one thing, got 20% of the vote. Seeing or hearing your first holiday ad is next to 13%. And the sun setting before 5 got 11% of your vote. So, with the holiday season now upon us, guys,
Yay.
I'm here to debut a brand new holiday classic song coming from Moon and the Misfit Machine.
That's right.
And this is available now everywhere, wherever you stream
I
music.
don't even know. There's some snafu with that, of course, but it will be out soon if it's not already up. We're releasing an EP. It's called Punk Rock Christmas Volume 1. This and 3 other songs are on it, but the video for this just launched at 7 a.m. Thank you for everybody in the chat that jumped over and watched the premiere when it happened a few minutes ago. Just follow youtube.com/@MisfitMachine or, The Misfit Machine on different socials. And we're going to have a video drop every week here in anticipation for Punk Rock Christmas coming up December 7th. So enjoy Mr. Holiday. This is
All right,
the
the
single.
song is called Mr. Holiday. It's from the Misfit Machine. And here you go. Holidays are upon us. The Riz Show on this Friday, November the 15th. Sklar Brothers will be here soon. Hopefully we got time for your Friday fail stories. I know we do have time for a segment everybody loves. It's time to say goodbye, Rafe. It's time for this week's E-memoriam.
All right. The E-memoriam brought to you by the Inskip Law Firm. Your future, our priority. For those of you that don't know, the E-memoriam is much like the Oscars in memoriam, where we say goodbye to folks we lost this week. At times it's stories we covered, emails we've received, listeners we've angered, or just your good old run-of-the-mill trolls who send us things unsolicited. But whoever it is, and sometimes it's ourselves. It's happened before, it may happen today. Without further ado, let's say goodbye to some folks we lost this week on the Rizzuto Show. First up, government regulations on sky travel.
Uh-oh.
We found out this week that Amazon drones have been cleared and are going to be allowed to make daily deliveries in certain cities in America, opening up a future of unmanned and loosely regulated low-altitude flight in major metropolitan areas. And here at the Riz Show, we wanted to get ahead of this brave new world and offer all of St. Louisans the future of rideshare technology, brought to you by the Riz Tech Corporation.
Oh.
LeBron James, World Trade One, Fred Durst, a big snake, Robert Durst, $1,000 bill, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, the Vatican, Toby Keith, ZZ Top's guitars.
What do all these kick-ass things have in common? They represent the best of the best symbols of power, freedom, and cool. Those were the 3 tenets we started with when we designed the next step in rideshare evolution.
Whoa.
And what represents those 3 tenets better than this?
The Eagle. Powerful, free, and cool. You know, one thing that's always grinded my gears, guys, is that there's a transportation company called Bird, and they made 1 million scooters and 0 actual birds. Scooters are fun to ride if you like to travel horizontally. But what if I told you that you could ride vertically? Hell yeah. Introducing Cacaw from the Rizzuto Corporation, the future of personal transportation. Just download the Cacaw app, enter your credit card info, sign a liability waiver, and then stand outside and wait. And one of our state-of-the-art 25-foot-long birds of prey travel drones will swoop and scoop you to their patented 5-inch metal talons.
Wow.
For just $1 a mile, the talons secure you while you steer to your location using our user-friendly controls right from your own phone. No traffic, no hassle, and best of all, no government regulation. And here's the surprise of the day, folks.
Okay.
Our app launched a soft rollout 5 minutes ago.
All right.
The future is now. Don't wait for government safety inspections. Get vertical with Cacaw. Bye-bye. Nice.
Whoa.
Okay.
That was intense.
Next up,
All right.
Kevin Federline's income stream.
Oh, man.
All right, folks, let's bow our heads and say goodbye to one of the longest, most lucrative joyrides in pop culture history, Kevin Federline's income. The gravy train has officially derailed because Britney Spears doesn't have to pay child support anymore. I mean, can we take a moment, though, to appreciate how this guy managed to coast for 18 years on Britney's dime? More than that, actually, because they had 2 kids. He's been living off that child support like it's a trust fund. He's out there buying Louis Vuitton strollers and getting Costco memberships. And guess what, K-Fed? The diaper days are done. It's time for a downgrade to that golf membership and for you to learn what a coupon is. Guys, don't you love the irony? Britney spent years under a conservatorship being treated like she couldn't manage her own money. Meanwhile, this dude was treating her money like his personal pension plan. That's all over now. And I hope he's got a plan B, because the plan A was not letting Britney have plan B. And that plan's over. Bye-bye. Okay. Uh-oh, looks like we got a Cacaw update.
Yeah.
What's up, party people? Like any new tech, we ran into a couple of minor snafus with our Cacaw app. But here at Rizzed, we take user feedback very seriously and want you to know we're rolling out an update.
Woo!
Turns out the 5-inch stainless steel metal talons, while providing a sleek look, also inadvertently pierce several layers of clothing and human skin. We recognize this may not have been the best choice of securing passengers, and I want you to know we have fixed the problem with luxury. That's right, all the Birds of Prey drones have been updated with high-end massage wand talons so you can de-stress while you get vertical. Oh. And that isn't all, guys. There's another issue we tackled, the alarming amount of riders that were plummeting to their deaths. But not to worry, we recognize that our user-friendly controls were a little too user-friendly with our one-touch drop button interface. That's why we have removed them from the app and uploaded cutting-edge AI artificial intelligence to all of our drones. So you no longer have to drive. Just sit back, relax, and get those shoulders rubbed. Now, get vertical with Cacaw. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you for the update.
No problem.
Real-time update.
This guy they keep coming in. I got to update it as we go. We have to be responsible as a technology company.
Big tech.
Yeah. Next up, Mike S. and Sean S., the Kirkwood Kissing Brothers.
What?
Last week, I said goodbye to Mike S., a listener who hated my Sparks Report. He emailed in, and I will let people know. I'll re-up this. He said, it's effing trash. Love Rafe, but the sports report and his voice during it might be the most annoying thing since you guessed it. Rafe's first time doing the Sparks Report. I emailed him back, hey, man, eat a big old bag of, you guessed it, sweaty dongs. Well, his brother emailed me this week. I thought the issue was laid to rest. I received an email from his brother, Sean S., and he spells it like bean, which means he automatically invalidates his opinion, but I digress. Sean Bean. He's emailed in, longtime listener, and I have to say, I also can't stand Rafe's voice in the sports report.
No.
Look forward to that all week. And been getting disappointed recently. Always love the show. Sean S. in Kirkwood, brother of Mike S. Last week's Crybaby Bitch of the Week. Love you, Rafe. Keep it up. Well, at first I thought this guy was just standing up for his brother, or that their parents raised 2 crybaby bitches. And then I got a third email from another family member, Ryan S. And I realized that the issue with my voice and delivery of the sports report ran deeper and slightly more nefarious, guys. So I have to issue an apology. As many of you know, the Super Important Sports Report is an over-the-top channeling of Chris Berman. And Ryan's email enlightened me to the fact that it turns out Mike and Sean were little teenesses in Kirkwood, and they used to turn on Sports Center real loud in their room to cover up the sounds of them making out with one another.
Brothers?
Yeah, and something they called French kissing practice.
Oh.
I know that sounds weird, but I implore you not to judge these 2 guys, Mike S. and Sean S. from Kirkwood. They seem like nice guys who were just trying to figure out who they were and be ready for the moment when the time came. It's perfectly natural, boys, although you could have used a pillow instead of each other, but, hindsight's 20/20, fellas. And as fate would have it, their dad and mom walked in on them mid-kiss during a Chris Berman segment on SportsCenter. Their mom dropped a plate of pizza rolls and squirted hot pizza juice on their little, naughty, wandering lips. And their dad threw up for 30 minutes straight in a St. Louis Blues wastebasket in the corner of the room, right through one of those fun little Nerf trash can basketball goals. Both parents wept openly at their deviant son's futile attempts to explain how they were, quote, learning for the girls, end quote, while Chris Berman's voice narrated the most humiliating moment of what their parents to this day refer to as the shameful family secret that they hope Nana and Pop never, ever, ever find out about. So, guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that my fun tongue-in-cheek sports report triggered your repressed memories of your tongues and cheeks. I feel bad that you were both so affected that you've sent 2 separate emails in 2 separate weeks, but I want to assure you that you have nothing to be ashamed of. So let's say goodbye to that shame today and say hello to Mike S. and Sean S., the Kirkwood Kissing Bros. Bye-bye.
That's nice.
Congratulations, fellas.
You know an awful lot about their trauma.
Yeah, well, I had a third family member really clue me in. I appreciate it. Sometimes getting it out there is the best medicine.
That's good.
Next up, All I Want for Christmas Is You. Mariah Carey's long-running #1 Christmas song was dethroned this week when Jason Kelce and Stevie Nicks dropped their newest Christmas collab. And since we all know Mariah likes to have sex to her own music, look that up. I can imagine that she wasn't able to get to the big O knowing she was in second place. And I think we can all agree that,
What?
Sorry to interrupt this Mariah Carey burn, but we got a cacao update, people. Hey, it's me again, Cool Cats. I just wanted you to come back out and give you guys an update on a few things based on customer feedback about cacao. It appears that due to a small glitch in the AI we uploaded into our drones, they may have become sentient, and due to that fact, they've started building nests all over the city.
Really?
Another small drawback to the sentience update is that the drones have become self-aware, and in a natural quest to reproduce, they've started to build chicks out of debris from the landfill. Apparently, they've been building the chicks out of old TVs, cell phones, and other e-waste, and as a result, they're snagging people randomly off the street to feed to their chicks. But fear not, citizens, because Rizzed used an innovative solution to offer all of you. We partnered with Boeing and the U.S. Air Force, and using military-grade tech, we've invented a new app to quell the mechanical eagle rebellion, introducing, from the makers of cacao, Komodo. That's right, folks. Inspired by the last living dragons, we've created mechanical dragons 10 times the size of the mechanical eagles with one directive: search and destroy. Innovative solutions for problems, folks, is what Rizzed are all about. So just download Komodo app, put in your credit card info, enter your address, and then hop on the back of these mythical mechanical marvels and hunt you some eagles. It's only $1 for the first 10 minutes and $6,000 for each additional minute. So download our free app and happy hunting. Bye-bye. And that brings us to the end of this week's E-memoriam. Let's get to some actual RIPs. RIP Tony Todd, the Candyman. And RIP Mr. Piffles, Piff the Magic Dragon's little 17-year-old Chihuahua who passed away Those are our 2 actual RIPs, and that concludes this week's E-memoriam, brought to you by the Inskip Law Firm. Uh-oh, just when I thought it was over. Guys, we actually have a final update on Kaka. Folks, I just want to lead you with the news that Komodo was technically a huge success. We did eradicate all the nesting sentient eagles as designed. However, in an unexpected turn of events with no eagles left to hunt and having only a single directive, our mechanical reptilian saviors have now become our merciless overlords. As you can see, they patrol the skies and blot out the sun with their immense size and have been spotted picking up entire cars of families off the highway and swooping them away to what I can only imagine is a hellish doom. But fear not, people. Every problem has a solution. So from Rizzed, the makers of Kaka and Komodo, I'd like to introduce Kaboom! Click, click, boom! With more desperation than inspiration, we've installed military surplus 155mm howitzer cannons to every street corner to help you fight the chaos we've created. Just download our app, enter your credit card info, and take to the lawless streets to man your battle stations. It's only $10 for the first high-explosive heat-seeking round, and you won't have to worry about being charged after that, because if you miss, you're screwed. The dragon will know your whereabouts, and essentially that is an appointment with death. These violent delights have violent ends. Godspeed. Click, click, boom. And that concludes this week's
So intense.
What?
E-memoriam. And that's a weird thing for my friends to walk in on.
Not at all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Sklar Brothers.
That's right. What's up? That's
What's up, dudes?
beautiful.
Good
It's kind of
morning,
like what you're describing is basically like futuristic Top Golf.
Yeah.
Or parenting. Right.
Good to see you, fellas.
Great to see you.
Jason, nice to have you back in the studio.
Great to be here.
Were they in this studio here, or were they at our last studio?
I think
Definitely the old studio.
Old studio.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen
Old
you
time.
since then in the studio.
It's been like
guys
5 years.
blown up, and you guys are such a great radio show here in town. It's a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
We're so happy to be here. We're psyched.
Congrats to you guys for all
Well,
this
congrats
success.
to you guys for coming to the new studio, actually being welcomed into the new studio.
Thank you. Yeah, they patted us down really hard. I don't know why we had to have a rear cavity check.
I had to be re-circumcised. Is that
like,
Nice.
That's wild.
They glued it back on, and
That was in the parking lot, and then that person was just at a cycle bar. I'm like, why are you? How is
we've
this?
employed a moil.
Okay, thanks.
good
I love
stuff.
you guys have a Moyle on staff.
We do.
Just
yeah.
in case. Just in case.
You never know.
Any
You
good
never know
radio
when you need
station.
one.
Any good radio station worth their weight in salt.
Listen, there have been budget cuts around here, but we keep the moil.
You keep the Moyle. Look,
And he
we
works
don't,
on tips, just the tips. So that's all he does.
and we're not taxing the tips anymore, which
They're
I think
not
is nice.
All right, fellas, listen. You guys are home. I mean, this is
Back.
You're Creve Corps guys, right?
Creve Corps, best pronunciation. The French love it when we pronounce those words. Creve Corps.
That's not the
Here's
word.
the thing. There was a McDonald's that used to have a mural that explained the history of like the story
of Creve Corps.
Corps.
Why it's called Broken Heart. Why it is this.
Apparently, there was a white man who married an Indian
Native American
woman, or was in love with her, and then
She couldn't be with him, and
so then he apparently jumped off a cliff. You know, the cliffs in St. Louis.
yeah, I'm like, how high?
bluffs?
It's the white cliffs of Dover, and then it's the cliffs of St. Louis,
Yeah.
apparently. He jumped off a cliff.
We're like, what did he get? Like a high ankle sprain? I can't even imagine what would have happened.
And maybe
but-
rolled an ankle.
and then she found out about it, and she jumped off the same cliff.
Yeah.
And she died of a broken heart or
she
something.
died of a broken heart, and therefore Creve Corps.
And that was at a McDonald's. So, like, that's like while you're waiting for your Big Mac, your mom's like,
That's
read
where-
this story.
That's where people in St. Louis get their history from.
Right. From the walls of McDonald's.
From the walls of McDonald's.
From a burger chef down on in Olivet.
That's
No,
what
That
Mr.
story
Steak.
inspired the whole scene in Last of the Mohicans. Like,
That's
that's
it.
the whole
That
thing.
is-
Wow.
and
Straight
wi-
out of Creve Corps, Missouri.
and Wind Talkers.
I think it was Close Talkers.
Is it Close Talkers?
Yeah. It wasn't-
We wanted to do a thing called Fast
Fast
Talkers,
Talkers.
where you could like just fast talk your way into the.
No, my thing was there was a show on TV called The Mentalist. Remember that show?
Yeah.
And he used his mind to solve crimes.
You mean like every other detective? in the
Yes.
Like
world?
any detective?
What sets
Why
this
is
guy
this-
apart? He's used his brain.
Wasn't he psychic?
He was a mentalist.
I know he's got one of those faces though. He would make a face where his thinking face seems far beyond our thinking face.
Absolutely.
It looks like he has gas.
Well, you
Right.
know what mental means.
Constipation.
You know what mental means in England. If someone says that he's
You're
mental,
crazy.
Well, you
Right.
can't use the R
You
word.
can't use the R word, but so mental. So there, to me, if he was that,
If he was mental, mentally challenged. That's
and
a much
he was detective. Better show.
Much better show.
That's such
Way
a better
better
show.
show.
How is he
Way
solving
better
it? This guy's
show. I'm in. I'm all in watching that show. Let's do more.
But
of
he
that.
uses his brain to solve crimes. Come on.
Okay, cool.
Are these your parents here?
No, that's my mom and her friend.
Okay.
Her mom.
Hi.
Annette.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
Guys, how are y'all?
Our mom's the best. She's, we come back home. She's got everything like made, all the great like things that we love, and
Like food?
Do they stay
Yes.
at home? Like they're staying?
Yeah, we're
at
staying in
mom's
our house. Stay in our childhood house. We sleep in the same room. We have 2 Murphy beds, and we sleep with them up. Yeah, no.
I mean, you guys,
Into the wall, and then it's like time to get up.
you guys are big stars, and you come home, and mom treats you like normal, right?
Yeah. You've heard of the 4 seasons? It's the 2 seasons.
Yeah.
That's what we stay in.
No, look, you stay grounded. You go back to the house you came from. You visit with all your friends. We eat all the foods here. I got to get Lion's Choice.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in here right here.
Yes.
And that
Lion's
one's
Choice.
been open forever.
Forever. That was open when
That
we
was
were here.
ours. Like nickel cones over there at the Lion's Choice.
So we got to get that. We got to get Emo's Pizza. As we all know, Emo's Pizza, it starts as leftovers. Emo's
New slogans. Here's a new slogan for Emo's. Emo's Pizza, because it's your weekend with the kids.
That's right. That's great.
Emo's Pizza. Try and guess if you're eating the pizza or the box that it came in.
Okay, Emo's Pizza. She'll probably come back. Right?
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
People dump on it from other cities, and they're like, "It's not pizza." And we're like,
oh, really? Name me another pizza that you could slide under a locked door during a hostage
Exactly.
negotiation.
Point.
With toppings on it. With toppings. Rafe
agree.
knows.
Yeah.
Rafe
knows.
Rafe's done it before.
Yeah.
You got to get these kids out of there. Slide
Yeah,
it
if I'm
under
locked in a place, you could always slide an Emo's Pizza under
the door. It's so-
Amazing. Never thought of it.
It's so the crust is so thin. If it were in LA, it would have a headshot.
Listen, you guys are
That's
great
nice.
ambassadors
Thank you.
to the city.
we are. We try and rep the city wherever we
You
go.
try to rep
I
the
love
city.
it.
A lot of people leave the city and want to forget about it and don't.
We dig deep into our St. Louis roots.
First bit we ever did on TV, on like a stand-up bit we did on TV, was a bunch of KC95.
What's the Casey bit?
Yeah.
The
Let-
Rocktober
call
bits.
those.
Right?
Now, are you guys still adamantly, and I mean adamantly, just going around the country making sure that Jose Oquendo still has a chance at the Hall of Fame?
Have to. We consider ourselves the Jose Oquendo of comedy. Just
This utility.
Love that.
Just guys
You do
play
everything.
all the.
We do a little bit of everything,
And none of it
great.
I love Jose.
You're just good enough at everything.
So Jose Oquendo.
Every time I come on stage, they're waving me.
Yeah,
I'm just
we
waving
him
him
home.
around.
We're
He's
trying to
he's
tell
like,
him
I
to go
haven't
home.
even done my set
We're
yet.
trying to tell him to go home.
Rafe,
That's
go
what
home.
we're Rafe,
Please
please
get
go
outta here.
home.
No, but we did Jose Oquendo bobblehead night was at the Cardinals game like years ago, and they asked us to come out and throw out the first pitch.
We had thrown out the first pitch in Cleveland, and it was great.
Did it go well?
Yeah, it was great.
Except I tried to do a bit when I was out there because I'm like, I'm a comedian. Of course, I'm going to do a bit, right? So I
No bits.
took it from the stretch.
They don't like the bits.
I stepped off, I faked like I was throwing to third, and then I turned and I was like, I'm going to throw out a person at first. Like,
They're like, just throw the damn pitch.
and then
throw the damn ball.
someone yelled, "Throw the damn ball"
Right.
from up top.
Nobody's here to see you guys.
No,
You're
right.
For a
So-
baseball game.
Right.
So I whipped it, but I was like, I'm gonna go dip down sidearm.
Like Saberhagen style.
Like, I mean, we're talking
Gene Garber.
Quisenberry, may he rest in peace. Kent Tekulve, like like really go sidewinder and dip down and through it. I swear to God, there was an old guy who was taking the photograph of me throwing the pitch. He was like probably 80 years old. He was standing on the right side of the plate.
The left side of the plate.
He was standing on the left side of the plate. I threw it so far left, I brushed back Rachel Maddow. I gave her some chin music. No, I threw it so far left, I nailed this guy in the shin, and I'm like, I probably shattered his femur. And that was
I got to
last
throw the
time.
first pitch out at Busch Stadium.
Good
Amazing.
feeling, right? Did you go from the rubber? Did you go for the
Went for
mount?
the rubber.
Went for the
Nice.
rubber.
How-
Good.
what
Went for
happened?
the rubber.
What
And,
happened?
I'd been practicing.
Of course.
Early.
We have to practice.
You got to practice.
I got to practice. I
Did
didn't
you
want
go
to
do some
embarrass
bullpen
myself.
work?
I was just having a catch with my buddy.
Okay.
Like getting ready for my big moment.
And then you found out that your buddy was your dad.
And it was like the
my
last scene in
parents
Field of
came
Dreams.
in from New York.
Oh, let's go.
And my
Yeah.
son was like 1 year old. He was on the field.
He won't remember. So if it was a disaster, he's not going to remember.
So I go and take the mound. It's
Yeah.
a Friday night, Busch Stadium. It's,
Amazing.
2010. We're playing the Giants. It was a Friday night. The place was packed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a seat to be found. I wasn't nervous until I started walking out to the mound, and
That's right.
I was the last first pitch before the game started.
Right.
So I could see the players up on the top of the steps.
Oh, God. They're watching now.
So I didn't get nervous until I saw myself on the big screen walking out.
Yeah.
And
get a little shaky in the knees,
a little
right?
shaky. I'm going to do this, Riz. You're going to do this. This is your moment. Your parents came 1,000 miles
Yes.
to see their son,
Mm-hmm.
famous radio person at St. Louis, throughout the first pitch at Busch Stadium.
That's right.
Amazing.
They wished it was the Mets, but it doesn't matter.
And the windup and the pitch. And I don't know where it went, but I heard 60,000 people go, ooh.
Ooh, that's not good.
Dude, I sailed it.
You sailed it high?
Over the catcher.
Right. So they tell you to throw high because they don't want you to throw. Right.
The color guard, these poor guys who had just gotten
Over
back
the color guard.
Yeah.
had just gotten back from the Middle East.
I mean, they're shell shocked. Literally shell shocked.
They took cover.
They had not seen that much action, even in their tour.
And they scattered.
Right,
I mean,
of
I
course.
launched it.
You threw it at the
It's like a
American
Scud
flag.
missile. It was
I
like,
threw it over. I threw it to the screen.
It's
Oh, God.
domestic terrorism.
That's
It really. That's why they put up the net now.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's why they
That
put
they
it
were
That was
trying
the
to
day.
protect the people.
I
From
just
your
remember
first pitches.
The feeling of all those people
Being
going,
like, ooh.
man.
Shame.
So we can't.
There was a lot of shame that day.
That's
we
all right.
shot a thing for This Week in Baseball back in 2006 when the Cardinals were in the World Series, and our parents came with us, and we were like on the field, shot a thing for them on the field during the day, and then went to the game that night. And we had, our show Cheap Seats had been on ESPN
Yeah.
for like a few. They were running it a ton, and we're sitting there in the stands. We're the only ones in the stands, and we shot this thing in the stands. And then all of a sudden, this guy walks over to us, tall guy in like a jean jacket and jeans with a
Long hair.
ponytail, deep voice, comes over to us and is like, "Hey man, I'm a huge fan of Cheap Seats. I love
you guys. I love you guys.
And then he walked away, and we turned to our parents. We're like,
See?
okay, see, this is what this show's about. It like reaches everyone.
Two Jews from Creve Coeur,
Right.
can connect with everyone.
Everybody, like
doesn't matter who it is.
It doesn't matter. This guy, the groundskeeper,
We just
the
thought he
guy's-
was the groundskeeper.
This guy, the groundskeeper, anybody, like would love it. 2 minutes later, like John Hewlett's like, and to sing the national anthem, and because they were practicing it, is multi-platinum recording artist Trace Atkins.
Oh.
That's who that was.
Not the groundskeeper.
No, I was like, oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, okay. We only connect with rich people. Fine.
Fine.
Trace Atkins. That's a good
Trace
one.
Atkins.
That was good.
Is
Hey,
great.
man, I love
you guys. I love you guys.
Well, as they were walking me up to the Champions Club at Busch Stadium,
Right.
people were like, "Hey, good first pitch, Riz," and I would stop and go, I'm going to be here for your first pitch."
Yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
got him.
Yeah,
Where's
enjoy
your
it.
HBO
Where's
special?
your first pitch?
I'll be cheering for that, but I'll also tell the color guard to just stay away.
Please.
Yeah, I felt so bad. Listen, the Sklar Brothers are here. We got to take a break. We'll come back with more Sklar Brothers.
Yes, we're here with
We're
the
here
whole
for the
hour.
whole hour, and we need to sell out this show. And we were told by Rafe that your audience will sell out our show.
Oh yeah. Well,
And
first off, you got the Sheldon tomorrow.
that's
So
it.
tomorrow's that's the one. We're gonna sell that bad boy out because it is a low ticket alert, but I think it's going. After this show, forget it, sold out.
The Sheldon tomorrow, 8:00, part of the Flyover Comedy Fest.
Amazing festival,
Tonight, you guys are doing something at the Hot Java Bar.
so fun. A show called Tag It where comedians go on stage. You've seen the show,
And he's on the show.
He's on the show tonight.
Yeah,
Rafe's
it's
on the
great.
show. So Rafe will do his set. Jay and I will be sitting in the on stage, not interrupting. He does his set, which is hilarious, and then we come up afterwards. The whole time he's doing his set, we're writing little pitches for jokes, called tags that we come up afterwards, and we're like, okay, Rafe, I love this. I'm going to pitch you a joke right here, and the audience gets to see how our brains work.
Yeah.
That's neat.
It's just really, by the end of the show, the audience is watching the set and wondering what we're going to try and pitch on, and it is
I love these, comedy games.
I do too.
Fun. It's
Fun.
Fun.
And they're so quick. And the thing is like I'll keep them. You can
Yeah.
keep it'll
Right.
make your act better.
It's my favorite thing. Rafe was like, and the thing is, they're so.
What's the word I'm looking
What's
for?
the word I'm looking for? Quick. That's great.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So that's Tag It tonight over the Hot Java Bar.
Yes.
Sheldon tomorrow on Washington Avenue. The Sklar Brothers. I think. Who else is with you guys?
Tomorrow night is Dean Del Rey.
Yes,
and
that's
then
right, Dean Del Rey.
who's opening first? I met the guy last night. He's super nice and
Jeremy.
Yeah,
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Jeremy's
Jeremy's
opening for us.
fantastic.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
This whole weekend is going to be amazing. We'll support this festival, and it'll continue to grow. St. Louis. This is how these festivals keep growing and coming back. You
Yeah,
just
it's
fill
like
every
we saw a
show.
bunch of great comics here. I'm like, yeah, they want to come to St. Louis to
Yep.
be a part of this festival, and you can make this festival like the High Plains Festival in Denver. You can make it like Moon Tower in Austin, Texas, and make St. Louis a destination. It's such a great.
Yeah.
We love coming back here. It's such a great city. So.
I love the
Louis's
name.
own.
I love the name Flyover.
Yeah.
It's
Great.
It's
Takes
perfect.
It takes their gripe over us as a city, St. Louis. I still say us because people ask us in LA. People ask us wherever we travel in the country, where are you guys from?
We're like,
we lived in LA for 25 years.
More years in LA than we ever lived here.
People say, where are you from? We're like, St. Louis.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm originally from the East Coast. I've been here it'll be 22 years.
Do you claim
I'm
it?
From here now.
Yeah, St. Louis. Claim it. Feels good.
claiming
So
it.
if you say, where are you from? St. Louis. And they're like, what high school did you go to? And I was like, are you trying to hook up with me?
People say, what high school did
People
you?
said, what high school did you go to? That's a pickup line in St. Louis. What high school do you go to is a pickup line for Matt Gates. Folks, we'll be right back.
hello.
We'll be right back. We'll be
Ladies and
right
gentlemen,
back.
Parkway North's Sklar Brothers. Hey, we'll do a little radio game with you guys
Great,
after
for sure.
the break. So call in 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. This is a great experiment we're going to do. It's a game called Just the Two of Us. We've never played with twins before.
Love it.
So you guys, we'll do the mind meld thing.
I can't wait.
We'll see if we could get some people with some tickets.
Way back.
To the Riz Show. In studio with us, the legendary Sklar Brothers, St. Louis's own.
Thank you. Great to be here. Great to be. We're rizzed up. We're all rizzed up.
We got our
Yeah,
Rizz
all
up.
Got our Rizz up.
Riz was the word of the year.
Yeah.
In 2023, it really
Hell
was
yes.
my year.
That was
It
your
was
year.
and you were that way before that became a thing. So it
Thanks.
It jumped on your shoulders.
You're the,
Listen,
the baby Rizzler.
It could have gone another way. Think of Karen.
I know.
Think of all the Karens.
Oh my God!
know a lot of
I feel we know a lot. We know a handful of Karens, and I'd like to speak to their manager about that. if I can.
Thank
if I
God
can.
Riz went that way.
Yes. Oh my God! It broke the right way.
It broke the right way.
That's right.
Thank God.
As it should. As it should.
And it could have broke. If you say I got my Riz all over her, it's like or
Don't.
him.
No.
You don't want to do
want
that.
You don't want to do that.
Don't want to do
that.
that. Just keep the Riz
Got
on
his
you
Riz
and
up.
get your Riz up.
His charisma.
I got very lucky. Listen, you are definite St. Louis ambassadors.
Thank you.
We're talking off the air how when you see somebody from St. Louis on TV or achieve something, the whole city has pride.
It's
right.
the best. It's the greatest. That's why this city is so great. They are behind us in so many ways. Like whenever we do something it's just you feel like
You said you saw us on What We Do in the Shadows, and you were like, those are St. Louis guys.
Well, and I was proud. I know, King Scott, you're a big What We Do in the Shadows fan.
Yeah, Matt Berry, I love that guy.
Yeah,
amazing.
It'd be a dream to meet him as well.
He was the best.
Not even knowing you guys are going to be on the show, I'm laying in bed, as I do, with
when it's bedtime.
when it's bedtime.
And also the rest of the day. He lays in
I
a bed.
love being in bed.
He just gets wheeled around. He has
He
a
gets a
hospital
sponge
bed in his
bath.
house.
Yeah, he's sponge bath
So-
only.
So what
laying
we
in
do in the
bed
shadows is
at
one of
dinner
the,
time.
is one of those shows that you watch and it really everything kind of the stress
right.
of the day
Goes away.
It's funny.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious. So I see the Sklar Brothers on there, and I went audibly, oh, that's from St. Louis.
From your bed. Yeah, it was amazing. First of all, we got the audition for it. It came to us and we're like, was this written for us? We got to figure this out because it felt so. And then my daughter, who is now studying film at the University of Michigan, she shot the audition for basically we had the first scene and he shot the audition for us.
Were they looking for twins specifically?
Yeah. So they want to do a Property Brothers kind of.
Go flip yourself.
Yeah, go flip yourself. So we were this high Christian rock energy guys.
What
and
other twins would there be?
There couldn't be anybody else.
I mean, for you guys.
Our
So
only thought was maybe they want the actual Property Brothers to do this.
Who those guys who are we've met them over time. They were just they're really nice guys. I really like those guys a lot.
Was it one of the twin meetings that you guys?
Yeah.
Secret twin meetings were.
So remember the Masons used to run this country? It's now twins.
Yeah,
we
I
do
believe
run the
that.
country behind the scenes. Yes.
So I remember we did a thing on David Spade's show Lights Out where it was a secret stand-up thing where we were in the sort of the
earpieces of those guys as they were on stage doing stand-up. So we're essentially roasting them.
But
they
had never done stand-up before, so they're on stage
Property Brothers?
Yeah, I
Yes.
think they had done magic, but they'd never done stand-up.
So they're on stage at the Comedy Store, and we're in another room with Courtney Cox and David Spade, and we're just pitching jokes
for them to do that. The audience doesn't know that they have earpieces and that they're standing on stage the Property Brothers.
So we're pitching jokes if you don't know us, ask your aunt. Not
the
your
cool
aunt,
ones,
the one who's
shut in.
a hoarder. All right,
Yeah.
so just those kind of jokes.
And you can tell the two of us apart because
I have a beard, or my beard is stubbly, and my beard is Zoe Deschanel. Whatever, all these jokes that were just, and it was so fun, and so those guys are very, very nice. But we saw this audition. We're like, we know how to play this. We know what this is. Randy's daughter, who will be a future director, I'm going to say it right now, man. I can't wait to be a Nepo daddy.
Nice.
Yeah. Get her to give us work.
Nice.
And she directed us great. She's like, throw this away, do it like this, do this, do this. And we did the audition, and I'm like, okay, I think we're going to get this.
We don't get this.
I don't know.
We got to quit this business.
Yeah.
Like, it's just perfect.
So we find out we got it, and then when we get out there, they're like, okay, here's what we're going to do. And I don't want to give it away if people are behind. It's season 4 of the show. But, like, they're like, we're going to drop you into, like, 3 episodes as little teasers, little bits of you throughout. Like,
which means, so we were these Property Brothers guys who had a show called Go Flip Yourself, and they filmed, like, an actual show open for us, like, fictitious show open.
And then, like, a whole
episode of that show that they sprinkled out and that they're watching on TV. So like, we're just improvising all this stuff of, like, you know, talking about this home.
Gotta have a shiplap
this wall right here. You got to go down here.
Good.
And it's like, I mean, you guys, and like, we're talking to these people who are also like actors, and it's like this couple, and we're like, you have kids, and when these kids, it was just, we're making
about a backsplash. Am I right, honey? And we're just making all these dumb jokes with the whole thing, and we basically the show, and then they chop it up and they start putting in the show, and then people who didn't know that we did the show, all of a sudden, because this is how you know how good a show is. That show has a lot of energy and a lot of fans behind it. And people are like, wait, did I just see you on that show? And we're like, oh, yeah. And they're like, is that all you're doing on the show? We're like, no,
you got to wait.
Keep going.
So there's the big episode, without giving too much away, that we come to the vampire house to redo the entire house. And there's a crazy reveal.
So good.
But what was so fun about that is that they, you know, part of it was the intention of my character was to become really good friends with Matt Berry's character,
who was the biggest fan of the show.
He was the biggest fan of the show ever.
Go Flip Yourself.
Moon and I say this all the time. I think Laszlo Cravensworth is probably one of the best characters on TV.
He's I mean, you know, you're always trying to relate to characters and find yourself, and like, that's me. I'm that guy.
He's so funny.
Such a great show.
So in that, anytime we improvised anything, it was towards the end of me trying to sort of chum up with this guy.
So then Randy's like giving him improvising every Lazmataz, like every nickname in the book that he could do.
Lazmataz, yeah, it was just so.
And he would throw it right back at you, and it was like Brand. What was your name? Brand.
No, Toby and Bran.
Toby and Brand. Brand.
Nate Toby.
I was Toby.
Oh, Toby.
Jason
okay.
was Toby.
It's a really funny show. We felt so fortunate to do it, and grateful that we got to.
So that to be on that show, which is many consider to be like the pinnacle of comedy that's out on TV right now. And we asked those guys, Paul Sims, who was the showrunner of that show, we're like, why is this show so funny? It's like one of our favorite shows. Like, we just hope we don't screw it up. But we're like, why is this show so funny? And he's like, because we're not trying to say anything.
Yeah, that's why I watch. It's the last thing I watch almost before I go to bed.
The goal is just to make
we're not trying to make a social statement. We're not trying to do this. We're not trying to do that. Our goal is, can we do the funniest thing? Can we make the funniest show minute to minute, second to second throughout a whole half hour every week? And if we can do that, then we succeed. And we're like, yep,
you did it.
And they did it.
They did it. And it's so fun. So that was really fun to be a part of that. And we became, we were up in Toronto shooting that show for like a month. I missed Thanksgiving with my family, but like.
You all right, Mom, about that? Is that
no,
all right?
I didn't. It was not not that family, my family.
Oh.
Just kidding. Like my kids and we missed it. Yeah, she would have come and been there, but like we missed it. But it was up there in Toronto for a month. And it was just, what a great experience that was. Amazing.
Hey, speaking of TV, I got to bring this up. America's Got Talent.
Yeah, so that happened around the same time.
So that was America's Got Talent. It was 2021.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was around. So
it was around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You guys were on there, and I remember seeing. I get like show prep. It tells me like what happened the day before on TV.
Right.
And like, oh, here was who was on America's Got Talent, and I see the Sklar Brothers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, you'd done our show before. You guys are established.
Yeah.
An established act.
Yeah.
Very, very famous. You're welcome.
Let's not go too far. Let's not go too far.
And then I see you guys are on there, and then that's the last anybody heard of you on the show.
Yeah, well, so
the way it came up is that the producers contacted our agent, was like, they want you guys on this show. And we're like,
Our first thought was like,
to be hosts, like to be on the panel, to be interviewers, like what do they want us to do? I mean, sure, if it's to do that. And they're like, no, they want you to be on the show. And we were like, no. I don't think that's going to be seen as correct, or just people are going to get mad, not that we are, but just like, that's not what the show is. The show is to highlight someone who's kind of coming
they're like,
up.
no. This season, we
really want to get like people who, and we were like, I don't think that we don't feel comfortable doing this. And then our agent said, listen, why would you not want to do your comedy to 10 million people? Why would you?
You're always saying, I want to.
Oh, it's network.
Yeah, it's network.
It's network
it's
TV.
Network TV, and they're like, you want to come back and do a show at the Sheldon Theater in St. Louis, Missouri?
Yes.
Then you got to go do America's Got Talent. Go do a bunch of those episodes in your stand-up. People see your stand-up's funny.
He positioned it as like, just bet on your own stand-up to do it, and we're like,
yeah, but
still didn't feel right. They came back again and asked again, and we were like, all right, let's go. And so we went, and it did not feel right. It was like you're putting on clothes that don't fit you.
First of all, they like interview you for like hours before you even do it. Meanwhile, at the time, we were working on an animated show, casting an animated show of our podcast, Dumb People Town. So we're like, we have to go to a different room and listen to some like casting stuff. Like we knew we shouldn't have been there.
Yeah.
So then we get up on stage. They bring you out. We know Terry Crews. We met Terry Crews. He was like, "What's up, fellas? What are you doing?" We talked to him for 2 seconds.
We know
Howie Mandel. We had just been on a show with him earlier, like that month. They bring you out on stage.
Now you're contestants.
And then we're in the show. They bring us on stage and they interview you first, which I'm like, what? No comedy should start with no. Johnny Carson was never like having a whole conversation with someone and then told them to go over there and do a set of comedy.
Never.
It doesn't work like that. That's not how it's supposed to go. That's a killer to comedy. We come out, we talk to them a little bit. Howie's like, I love these guys. I know these guys. I just did a show with these guys. All that stuff got cut from the final show because what they didn't want, they already started to have remorse for putting us on because they're like, wait. So they cut all that stuff and made it look like Howie didn't know who we were, which he, in that whole experience, said, I love these guys. So then they have us do our set, which is like 2 minutes, one bit. We did one bit. We did our bit about how if your pet is not your kid, essentially, which is a bunch of tags and jokes about parenting, about people who think their pets are their kids.
Like if you can tie it to a parking meter while you go have brunch.
It's not a kid. It's not a kid. All right. So we did a bunch of those. Solid punchlines. Great bit for us. It's right for the show. And Simon's like, I like you. You guys are naughty or something.
We're like,
I
would call it
naughty.
I think it's more edgy.
It just showed that he kind of didn't.
But he was on. You got to like, hey man, this guy knows how to pick. He does know. He definitely got it.
He's like, you definitely.
He's a star maker.
Yeah, he's like, you definitely get a thumbs up from me. And Sophia,
Howie's like, of course.
Howie's like, I stood up and was like, absolutely these guys. Sophia Vergara. Might be on the spectrum. I don't know. She was like, I don't know.
And we're like, and she's like, but I gave a thumbs up.
I laughed.
Great.
Fine.
And then Heidi Klum was like, I don't know. I've seen like better comedy on here. We're like,
wait a second.
I got to take notes from this German?
As a Jew, taking notes from this German, I don't like
thrown back to the 1940s.
She asked for our papers. I was like, no, stop.
Like a von Schlieffen plan of notes.
It's terrible. So like, I was like, I don't. But she said, I guess if everyone else is voting yes, I vote yes. So we got 4 yeses, and Randy and I, it almost was like, instead of feeling happy about it, we're like, we got to go do this again.
Yeah.
And so that was our attitude. We're like, look, I appreciate what the show's trying to do. I appreciate who it's for. It wasn't right for us. So then we find out they're like, okay, we get all this negative feedback, and I think the show did on like Twitter and on social media. Why are the Sklar Brothers on the show?
Right. Never about our material. Just like, why are these guys taking a chance from somebody else?
Yeah, you took a slot.
We know these guys.
We know these guys already. We don't
amateurs.
So we're like, I don't. They're like, it's not an amateur show. It's not a talent show. That's what they kept telling us. So finally, we were like, okay. They said, look, I think they felt too much pressure because we got all 4 passes. We should have gone on to the next round.
but I think they were like, we can't continue to do this. So they asked us if we would be alternates on the show.
Just in case someone drops out, and we were like,
No, thank you. So they gave us the opportunity to say no, which felt very good for us, which is what we should have done initially. But I will say this.
Like, it's a TV show. They should have killed you off.
Yeah, they killed us on the show.
Oh, they got into a hot air balloon accident.
Right. Someone, or just someone who's practicing like swallowing swords in the background. He's the next one. Coughs, and then you see a sword through both of our necks. Errant sword goes right through both of our necks.
Did you ever consider going on and bombing, like in some way, or doing some sort of shtick that would have got you off?
No, because as soon as they were like, we're not going to move you forward, again, if you hear that you didn't get an audition or you hear that your show doesn't go forward, usually you're crushed. But we were immediately, both of us, we got that email. We were like, oh, thank God. Thank God. Because it just wasn't the right thing. But I will say this, we got to know Howie a little bit from it and
loved him.
And I love him. And so, you know, for a while we were like, I can't believe we did that show and what an albatross and da-da-da-da. And then like years later, I'm like, whatever. Good. I'm glad we did it.
And people sometimes like, I saw you on that show. I loved it.
Or people would come out to our stand-up and be like, hey, I saw you on AGT. And we're like, great, you came to our show. Like, that's all that really matters. And thankfully, we've had a big enough career around that and outside of that.
That's just a tiny blip of the thing. And so in that vein about like who the show is for, like, we're coming here and doing the show at the Sheldon on Saturday night. But last night, our friend and our podcast co-host, Daniel Van Kirk, who is fantastic.
He's been here. He's great.
He's
great
the best.
comic.
He was headlining a show at Hot Java, and we just came down and hung out. And we watched his set, and we hung out with some of the other comics. And we just, it's like we're like boots on the ground comics. And so for us to be able to like hang out with the up and coming comics, people who should be getting those slots, is like, that to me is the payback of all this stuff. And so we love it. I mean, that's why I love coming to a festival.
Imagine being an AGT, and then you're a band, and you're setting up, and then you see Metallica walk in, and they're going to be on before you.
Yeah,
so they're going to do America's Got Talent.
So this is like, so when we were in New York, I mean, we moved to New York in 1994, lived there from 94 to 99, been in LA since, but we would just write sketches. This is before we ever knew, like, what could we do? We would go with our roommate. We had no money. We'd go to like
we'd walk 40 blocks to a coffee shop and order like one Diet Coke and a plate of fries for the three of us.
They'd be like,
sit there for like 9 hours and
we
write
were
sketches.
so mad that we're taking up a table. We'd write sketches. One of the sketches we wrote in this vein was, do you remember the band Silverchair?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're gone away too fat,
This
boy.
man has a Silverchair tattoo.
Okay, so Silverchair at the time that like Silverchair tattoo.
He does.
There's no regrets around that, right?
Absolutely not.
Good man.
Is it a silver chair or a silver love seat? So
It's growing.
it's growing. So
It's now a sectional.
Stop it.
All right.
So it's a chaise lounge. So Silverchair was in high school when they.
Yeah, they were 15 when they were.
So the sketch we wrote is that Silverchair in high school is like 15. They're like have this enormous hit in Australia, right? They're Australian.
Yeah.
And they have a battle of the bands at their high school. This is the sketch. There's a battle of the bands at their high school, and they play their high school thinking like we're going to win battle of the bands. Because
And they lose to a Silverchair cover band.
No.
That was our sketch. I'm like, that's
It's kind of funny.
Yeah, you got it.
So listen, speaking of competitions,
Yes.
we got a competition.
Let's
that's
do
gonna
it.
Happen right now.
Dig
Let's
in.
do it.
The game is called Just the Two of Us. Okay,
Lock in. Lock in, as my daughter would say.
All right, so Rafe is going to read. Is going to give you guys 5 questions.
Great.
Okay, you write down your answers. Don't tell anybody your answers.
Okay.
Okay, if you could match 3 of your 5 answers,
Yes.
the listener on the phone will win tickets for Punk Rock Christmas next in a couple Saturdays from now, December 7th, over at the pageant.
Yep.
Who's playing Punk Rock Christmas?
Moon's band, the Misfit Machines.
I love it.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, it's a super group of Goldfinger members, Greek Fire members, Kava, Ludo.
bedroom.
Yeah, Tim Convey is in it as well. And
Love it.
it's so much fun.
Come
So
on.
just Punk Rock Christmas tickets. All right, Scott?
Okay.
All right.
Sorry
we go.
about. There's an urge person.
Oh, there's
Sorry.
an. All right, we'll give them tickets. Fine. If somebody wants tickets for the Urge, fine.
Urge overkill.
That's fine.
No, a
Look,
different urge.
he can't control his urges. All right.
That's right.
All right, so listen. Again, Rafe's going to read. Rafe's going to read the questions. You write down your answers.
You got
This is
it.
the first time twins are playing. Just 2 of us.
Come on.
With
trying
just
to
2 of
match.
us music.
What,
Trying to
how come
match.
we're not listening to Grover Washington Jr.? Oh, this is it, right? Oh. Okay, there we go. All right, let's do
All
it.
right. Randy and Jason Sklar.
Thank you, Rafe.
Are you ready?
Yes.
We are so ready.
Right, and we'll all write our answers down too in case you want to play it at home.
What if I match with 3 of yours, Riz?
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Some of these are going to be
You're
very
playing with
specific
your
to them.
brother.
It's going to be hard for you guys
Then
to match.
you
but
guys
feel free
start
to play
going on the road touring, and I take over the
Ran
show.
in the
Yes.
Riz?
Ran in
Come
the
on.
Riz.
All right, let's
You could
go.
be the new Rizzoli Isles.
That's
Okay.
right.
Let's do it.
All right. What's the best color for a new car? Question 2. Biggest regret? Wild Hogs or The Legend of Awesomus Maximus?
2 movies you guys have been in.
2 movies the Sklars were featured in. Name an NFL quarterback.
Name an NFL quarterback. Okay.
Which twin is smarter? Best radio-friendly synonym for your/a penis. Best radio-friendly synonym for yours/a penis. Sorry, Mom. Didn't know you were coming today.
Is that all
Sorry.
5?
That's all 5, fellas.
One more.
Okay.
1, 2. I have 4.
No.
Definitely
Car,
I have
Car, Legend of Awesome Maximus or Awesomus Maximus or
Smarter.
Wild Hogs.
Okay, yeah.
Quarterback, who's smarter,
Yes.
and then
My fault. I have a counting problem.
Cognitive decline.
I'm
Yeah,
going to
it does
say
kind of-
before that we read the answers, I don't think we hit the 3.
Well, let's Olivia, you're playing, okay? So if they match 3 of 5, you win, okay?
Sorry, Olivia, in advance.
All right, hang on, Olivia. All right, Moon's going to count it down. 3, 2, 1. You're going to say your answers at the same time.
Okay.
Rafe's going to reread the question. Moon's going to count down 3, 2, 1, and then
Got it.
say
I'm
your
going
answer
to
at the same
change
time.
my first.
All right, here we go. Just the 2 of us with the Sklar Brothers.
All right.
Here we go.
Question 1. What's the best color for a new car?
3, 2, 1.
Candy
Black.
apple red.
I said black cars matter.
I
Okay,
said,
fine.
I also have black.
Jeez.
Oh, for
this.
one.
Okay, here we go.
Bigger regret, Wild Hogs or The Legend of Awesomus Maximus?
3, 2, 1.
Legend of Awesomus Maximus.
Yes.
Which I loved, by the way.
Yeah.
That was so much fun. Ian Ziering was like in the movie, and he was so jacked up that like he was just.
And then
he
his
was on-
daughter was in a dance class with my daughter, and he couldn't have been nicer.
From 90210.
Yeah,
Yes.
he was so
He was
jacked
totally
up.
jacked up and
That
greased
every
up.
That's right.
time I walked over to the craft service table just to even get like like a little bag of nuts, I was like, why am I eating? Why this guy's just making me feel bad. He's like eating like pure
And Wild Hogs, man, that was a star-studded movie.
Wild Hogs
Yeah.
was amazing.
John
Oh my God.
Travolta,
Had to get rid of
Tim
one.
Allen,
John Travolta, Tim Allen,
Martin Lawrence, right?
Bill Macy, Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence had an assistant, or he had a guy who worked for him.
His guy who worked for him named Sean, and who's
I think it was his manager.
His manager, whose only job on the entire what we saw was to yell at a woman that we never saw. He just would be yelling at this person, Denise. So every problem that existed on the set was, "Yo, Denise!
Denise!
And we're like, where is this
Denise? I've never seen Denise.
Get me Denise.
Where's
Denise?
All right, Yo,
All right,
Denise.
number 3. Here we go.
All right, number 3. Name an NFL quarterback.
3, 2, 1.
Aaron
Mahomes.
Rodgers.
Pat Mahomes was the number 1 answer.
Joe Montana was
Should've
mine.
given that.
Joe Montana. Wow.
Should have done Aaron Rodgers.
I had Mahomes with you.
Okay, thank you. We have 2. We've
have 2.
matched 2.
That's right.
If we match, then Olivia does. Okay.
Which twin is smarter?
3, 2, 1.
Jason.
That's 2. That's
All right,
2.
it comes down to this.
This is.
I
This is
can't
the
believe it
last
comes
one.
down to this.
We only got the ones where it was like either or. Those are the only ones we got. Okay.
Well, here's an either or for you.
Okay.
Do this for Mom. See.
Come on, Olivia. We're trying here.
Best radio-friendly synonym for your/a penis.
3, 2, 1.
Johnson.
Oh, man. So
Hog
close.
was the number 1
I had
answer.
Wiener.
Hog.
I had schlong
You had
slash
schlong
dong.
dong.
I had Dong.
You were trying to
I
play
had
the odds.
Johnson.
Johnson, number 1 answer.
Let's do it again. Shane, hello. Shane, you're on with the Sklar Brothers.
Hey, guys.
What's up,
up, buddy?
Shane? How are you, man?
Shane's all business here. Let's see if the Sklar
good.
Brothers can get 3 of 5. Here
Okay.
we go.
All right, fellas.
Round 2.
Name a classic arcade game. What's your favorite comedy movie?
And mine, Meld here.
Name a TV show that you'd both rewatch anytime.
TV show that we watch
That you would rewatch
anytime. Always good for the rewatch. Number 4, besides each other or yourselves, who's your favorite comedian? Finally, what's your favorite city to perform in?
I mean,
Well, listen, this is
What's your favorite city to perform
in? To perform in?
To perform in.
Yeah.
We'll perform anywhere.
Oh, I know what I'm saying.
tomorrow
So I'm trying to
performing
sell
at the
tickets.
Sheldon on Washington Avenue. All right, let's
right.
see if you could get 3 of your 5 answers correct. Learn, you're playing next, by the way.
Okay, great.
Oh, wait, hold on. I got to change the first one. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, you are? All right, so then I'm going to do it.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
See, this
You
is
don't know
how-
what I'm
this is
doing. You don't know what I'm changing. I think I'm changing to what you said.
This is how wrong answers happen.
Okay.
Go with the gut. Go with the gut.
Rafe.
All right, we ready? Mm-hmm. Classic arcade game.
3, 2, 1.
Centipede.
Why?
Tabletop. Centipede.
Pac-Man, number 1
Pac-Man,
answer.
You should have done Ms. Pac-Man. Okay.
Fellas, what's your favorite comedy movie?
3, 2, 1.
Airplane.
Oh,
Yes. There we go.
Blazing Saddles is number 1.
That's so good.
This is their favorite movie. What's the one TV show you'd both rewatch anytime?
3, 2, 1.
Arrested
Sopranos.
Development.
Both good.
Arrested Development, great. Mm-hmm. Besides each other or yourselves, who's your favorite comedian?
3, 2, 1.
David Letterman.
Dang.
So now we
Sorry,
can't.
Shane.
So close. If
Just
you could,
for-
if you could be so close and be so far,
I mean, I almost...
Shandling.
it would
I
be
know.
Letterman and Shandling.
Letterman.
I mean, Larry
is-
Sanders was David Letterman.
Yeah, I mean,
so
come on.
close.
I find just for whatever's.
Okay.
Fellas, what's your favorite city to perform in?
3, 2, 1.
St. Louis. Come on. You gotta do it. It really is good, guys. It really is good, guys.
And rest in peace, Ted
Rest in
Drews.
peace, Ted Drews.
Yeah, R.I.P.
I mean,
Ted Drews.
R.I.P.
I don't know why they had to bury him face down.
Just to make sure he didn't drop
fall
out of the casket.
I don't think that's right.
Did they have to?
I don't think that's fair.
That's an only St. Louis joke.
And we'll do jokes like that at the Sheldon on Saturday night. If you're
You
not
can't-
there,
You can't do that in any other
We'll
city.
bump on that. We'll get. I don't know. It's okay.
All right, Learn, which Sklar brother would you like?
Jason.
Jason. You guys seem to have a thing as far as the mind meld
I
goes.
think you gave me.
What?
And you probably get this all the time where people mix you up.
Yeah.
One of you gave me a T-shirt, or I gave you a T-shirt to give to John Hamm, and he wore it in
Yes.
People magazine. Was it you?
the Keishi shirt?
Keishi t-shirt.
Yes, I did.
So okay, yes, I feel
And
like
he wore it in
Jason-
People magazine.
He did. He was walking his dog in a Keishi T-shirt, the one that you gave to him.
See,
And I don't know. I feel like a kindred spirit with
That's
you.
right.
Walking his dog. They're just like us.
Just like us.
yes,
John Hamm walks his dog.
He does.
he really is just like us. That dude is like
One of my favorites.
you know, and again, I mean, he came out to LA to do it and was like kind of couch surfing. He's friends with like friends of ours, you know, and he would like come to Largo to watch us perform in like the late 90s.
That's great.
And then he came back here. He couldn't make it. Came back here. Was like teaching acting at Burroughs and whatnot, and then came back to LA, got a pilot or two, and then got Mad Men.
Well,
It's
meanwhile, he had been in movie. He was making it. Like, he was always talented.
oh
And
no,
then-
he's always talented, but it just shows you like you get the one break, but like. He could have been a guy who's now doing movies and doing all this stuff to be like, not forget about who he is. He is not. He is the most grounded person that we know who's like at that level.
We've
Just
never met
incredible.
him.
Yeah. Never met him, but I love
Amazing
that he
dude.
wore that Keishi T-shirt.
All
He
right.
did.
Moon, 3, 4, 5, or 6?
Let's go with number 5.
5. All right, Victor. Last contestant on just two of us.
What's up, Victor?
Victor, hang on.
We're gonna try, dude. We're gonna try, dude.
Well, it's Learn and Jason playing.
Yeah, you're out.
You're out.
You've been
Sorry,
voted
Ricky.
out.
You're out. You're done.
You can still play.
Let's see if we're twins.
You're out.
Answers don't
Randy.
matter.
I'm ready.
Still connected as
You're out.
twins, so he's going
I'm
to.
gonna
We've
still
proven that there's no twin telepathy.
None.
There's none. It doesn't exist. We would have smashed this thing
Yeah, but there's nothing.
if it was real. It doesn't exist.
blocked.
Okay.
Name a famous movie director known for sci-fi films.
I mean, wait. Give me a minute because I'm blanking on his name. All right, can I get help for just a minute?
Yeah. Do you need help? Okay.
He's asking for a lifeline.
He's asking for a
Jason,
lifeline.
he's asking for a Rafe line.
Yeah.
You're asking
If you're
him to think of the
asking him
name and he can't think. That's
No,
not how
my
this
son-
game
How
goes.
is Learn gonna match that?
Go
You want to
common
match.
knowledge.
He's doing it. He's whispering. He's
We're looking
giving
up
him
on the
answers.
phone.
Yes. Okay. That's all I needed.
All right.
I'm gonna yell in mine too.
me a
Yes, okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Took me a second.
Really
all
confused
right.
the hell out of all of us.
That one's going to be a match for sure.
What if Jay and I match all five on this one?
It's good when two people had to really rack
That's
their
right.
brains.
I know.
Okay, name a well-known news anchor. Give me the name of a musician known for playing the guitar and singing.
Musician for playing the guitar and singing. Isn't that what
Doing
most-
both. Who is the ultimate?
I'm trying to match you.
That's the correct answer, by the way. Name a TV character known for being a grumpy boss.
Oh,
Grumpy boss.
grumpy boss.
Okay.
And finally,
Wait.
all right.
Oh,
God, he's getting a Rafe line
Wait,
again.
what is? Hang on, I got to look up this guy.
You could ask Randy.
Thank you.
That's not going to be good.
I knew it.
No, you're great, man.
I knew who I wanted, and it was okay.
The man knew who he wanted.
All right, last one.
All right, finally, a famous stand-up comedian from the 80s.
Stand-up comedian from the.
Famous stand-up comedian from the 80s.
All right, when you guys get no matches, Victor's going to win too.
That's fine.
Okay.
No, this first one, I'm telling you, this is going to be right out of the gate.
I'm
Total
speaking
match.
up too.
All right, Randy's going to speak up.
Watch Randy and I get all
Honestly,
three
if
right
they
now
get-
when there's
I'll be
no
so
when we're
upset.
not in the game. All right,
Right, here we
come
go.
on.
All right, if you guys get the
Come
first
on.
one, you guys will win.
If you
on,
match
girl.
on this one,
I'm counting on you. So
I'm
much.
counting on
win.
you so
All right,
much.
here we go.
name a famous movie director known for sci-fi films.
3, 2, 1.
Ridley
Spielberg.
Kubrick.
Spielberg.
I said
Come on,
Ridley Scott.
Spielberg's the answer.
Ridley
All right.
Scott.
Stanley Kubrick.
Spielberg, Ridley Scott, number one answer.
Okay.
Stanley
Okay.
Kubrick
Oh
made
for
one
one.
sci-fi film. Crushing it. Name a well-known news anchor.
3, 2, 1.
Dan Rather.
Dan
We did Dan Rather.
Guys
We got
did-
that.
I did Brokaw.
I had Ron Burgundy.
What is the frequency, Kenneth? Okay.
Who would you rather have?
Oh, for
Do you know
I love
what's
Dan
the
Rather.
frequency, Kenneth? You know that story?
I
Yeah.
tell the story every year when the anniversary it happens.
Some guy was beating on Dan Rather and yelling.
It was
"What's
actually
the
Kenneth. What's the frequency?
Kenneth, what's the
They
frequency?
switched it because
They switched it.
it sang better.
It sounds way better.
Kenneth, what's the frequency?
We celebrate
That
the
is
anniversary of that every year.
Every year.
better. God bless it.
Kenneth was a frequency.
By beating up Dan Rather?
Yep.
That's so weird.
Find him
Guys.
wherever he is.
It's
He's in
getting
his
easier
90s.
and easier now.
Why would you do that? I mean, he can't run anymore, but
0 for 2.
I'd 1 for 1, me and Jay.
We're 1 for 1.
1 for 2. We're
going
1
through
for 2.
Where
I'm
are
so
we?
jealous right
Rafe,
now.
I feel like we don't even know each
I'm
other
trying.
anymore.
What
Name
happened?
a
to you, Jay?
musician known for playing the guitar and singing.
3, 2, 1.
John
Grohl.
Mayer. I said John Mayer because I thought that's what you were going to say.
What did you say?
Why would I?
She
Am I
said
giving
Dave
off
Grohl.
John Mayer
No.
vibes?
Yes,
Who
no.
said Springsteen?
I said Springsteen.
All right, me and you
Hey,
match.
come on, man.
Prince was the number one
John
answer.
Mayer.
Riz, your body is a
John
wonder.
Mayer. Gosh dang
So I've been
it.
told.
I don't know. He's playing with the dead
Dead
now.
now.
He's upped his
She's more
wrist.
you a
upset
deadhead?
that you think she likes John Mayer than
I said
anything
he's
else.
with the dead now.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
He's the new Jerry Garcia.
He's the new Cherry Garcia.
Number 4.
Name a TV character known for being a grumpy boss.
3, 2, 1.
Ron
from
Swanson.
Alice. There you go. You got it.
Oh, you got it? Okay.
We got it.
I said Mel from Alice.
Mr. Burns.
Mr. Burns, number
Mr.
one answer. Ron
Burns.
Swanson, I'm surprised you got it.
We got it.
Congratulations.
Well, now Victor loses.
I'm glad we got one.
I know. I've never even watched
Victor
Parks and
lost.
Rec.
I know. Victor did lose.
Game's rough.
This isn't about Victor. This is about my
Victory.
new friend
Connection.
Jason Sklar.
Yes,
That's
it's
right.
about our connection.
Got it.
Last one.
Name a famous stand-up comedian from the 80s.
3, 2, 1.
Eddie Murphy.
Feld.
Oh, man. I had
Rodney
Carlin.
Dangerfield?
Yeah.
Did you call him
Because I had
Rodney
Carlin from
Dangerfeld?
Carlin.
Jason called him Rodney Dangerfeld.
Ronnie Dangerfeld.
What's the deal with respect? I mean, come on.
I mean, I got
Sklar
no
Brothers.
I got no respect at all.
You had Carlin too?
I had Carlin.
Ah,
Yeah.
bye.
Carlin. That's
I
amazing.
mean, Carlin
Seinfeld.
really, though, his
Transcended.
biggest
his biggest decade. I mean, you could argue that Dangerfield wasn't either. Seinfeld really should have been what it was.
Seinfeld should be the guy.
And I remember seeing Seinfeld at the Westport Playhouse in the round in like 88. Randy and I saw him.
In like 87, and
we came out of the concert, we're like, he's the best comedian.
I can't believe no one's going to know
no
who
one's
he
going to
is.
know him, and we know who he is, and why is the world not going to know who
Nobody's
Jerry
going to know
Seinfeld is?
Seinfeld.
Then, like, years later, we're with Daniel Van Kirk in Wisconsin, going up to his cabin, and we're like in the most remote. I mean, this is the type of like diner we went to. It's like
where you pull up.
People were coming from church, and then other people had their truck beds open and like 10 dead deer just like hanging out of the thing.
Yeah.
We go in. I mean, like people are wearing church clothes and camouflage. That's it. We walk into the diner. There's a bunch of pictures on the wall of the local fire department smiling in front of controlled burns, just houses that are on fire, and they're all like, "Hey," And then on the wall, I'm like, again, go back to 87. We're like, no one's going to know who Seinfeld is. This is the most remote place ever. There's a picture of the soup Nazi.
He made it here. He made it here.
For my birthday, Rafe got me signed picture of the soup Nazi.
That's right.
It's amazing.
All right, listen, Sklar Brothers.
No birthday for you.
Love you guys.
Thank you so much.
St. Louis' own, Creve Coeur's own. I know you guys move on.
We'll move on, but if we don't sell out this show tomorrow night at the Sheldon, I will jump off the cliffs of and I will die of a broken heart. So you gotta come
tomorrow on Washington Avenue, 8 o'clock tonight. You guys are at the Hot Java Bar doing the Tag It thing.
That's at 10 tonight is the Hot Java thing, although that one I think is almost sold out. That one's gone. So both of these shows are like tickets are going. So get them
to the
now.
Sheldon.
Get to the show. It's going to be super fun.
We love you guys.
Thank you. Love you guys too.
There they are.
Get behind them, guys. Let's sell this. I promised them the Riz show would sell out the Sheldon, so don't make me look like an idiot.
Parkway North, the Sklar Brothers. All right, your emails after the break, 9:06.
Music related.
And today you are listening for Rage Against the Machine. In fact, this whole weekend you're listening for Rage Against the Machine. When you hear a Rage song, open up your Point Mobile app, click on Moon's face, and you have a chance to win $1,000, and you have a chance to come and co-host a show with us one day next month. So Rage Against the Machine, not just today, but all weekend long. If you haven't downloaded that mobile app yet, please do so right there on the App Store. All right, Moon, let's get to some emails. RizZo1057thepoint.com or instant feedback through the 1057 The Point mobile app.
Emails are brought to you by Kloss Furniture. Lowest prices guaranteed. We have something for everybody. This one came in today. Learn, I don't know how you put up with Riz's stupid, ugly comments all the time. You were a better woman than me. I would be telling that sorry man off every chance I get. The head herpes thing sounds like Riz did something to the helmet and has admitted he has herpes.
Wow. Did you do something in my Viking helmet after hours?
What?
Yeah.
What is she talking? Okay, so yesterday the Ben Bailey was here, and for the 6-timer award, he got the Viking helmet.
Right. Which is
Learn hat on our desk. And
right.
I mentioned.
Yeah, I didn't take any offense to that.
I thought it was just an innocent, funny kind of throwaway comment.
Right. Wow. That's what I looked at it. But hey, I love that this chick's looking out. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
How do you put up with it?
How do I put up with you? Or like in general? I don't know.
Me, I mean, she's specifically. How do you put up with me?
I just yell at you like once a month. I don't know. Off the air.
Feel free to yell at me on the air too.
I know. No, I don't know. I put up with you just fine. I don't think I need to do anything differently. I feel like I'm very honest with you.
Yelling on the air, that's my job.
Listen, go. Feel free to yell at me whenever you want.
I like you. I think you're fun. Are you kind of crabby sometimes? Yes.
Yes.
Actually, honestly, yesterday I felt worse about mowing your yard about the guy dying in the tanning bed than anything you've ever said to me. So
remember the fact that I was setting up that whole story and then you ruined it?
I did. I ruined it. Awesome. I didn't mean it. But no, it's all good.
That's okay. That's owed to you.
And I don't think you have herpes. And if you did, I also don't think you're doing naughty things to my Viking helmet. I love this woman though. Thank you for emailing and caring. And please don't touch anything on my desk.
Give this woman a T-shirt.
I know.
Keep listening.
See if she wants to go to Punk Rock Christmas.
So
Let's get her some
you
tickets.
can defend us.
Let's get her some tickets to Punk Rock Christmas.
It's coming for all of us at some point.
Nice.
What? What's coming?
Your sassiness.
Year-end rage.
Your abuse.
Abuse? Damn. And by the way, today is Stand Up to Bullying Day. That is truly.
Wow.
It really is, by the way, and I want to bring that up.
Your least favorite day.
November 15th is Stand Up to Bullying Day. I do want to recognize that.
Real proud of you right now.
Well, this woman is standing up for you.
I know. I love her.
Because she thinks I'm a bully, which
You're not. You're like a bull.
Screw you.
You just have a lot
you,
of
but
you.
But me?
You got a lot of bite, but
I don't.
You don't. You can't fight, dude.
I'm a softy.
Oh, you guys are still in kiss ass phase?
He's all bark, no bite.
You'll get there.
I'm a softy.
Yeah.
I'm an empath.
I like how curmudgeon-y you are. In fact, you've brought out a curmudgeon side of me that I like about myself.
Good. Let's just be honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
It really is Stop Bullying Day.
I think the better question is how you put up with me.
Shut up.
You know?
I cry in the car. So Stand Up at Bullying Day. We're all encouraged to learn how to stop aggressive and unwanted behavior. StopBullying.gov is a pretty good website. A good resource if you got a kid that's getting hassled at school. I know I'm 100% serious about it too. Like StopBullying.gov. It's a good resource for parents out there. If your kid is having some issues, whether it be verbal, physical, social, bullying at school, 20% of kids in grades 6 through 12 have been bullied.
And also, if you're a person listening to this and your eyes are rolling in the back of your head, your kid's probably the bully. So you definitely need to go to this URL. That's all I'm going to say about that.
No, even some signs of your kids being bullied and not telling you. Unexplained injuries, lost or damaged clothing or other property, changes in sleeping habits, eating habits, grades are going down for no reason. Suddenly, no friends.
Dude, listen, that's a good point too, Learn. And as much as parents should be looking out for their kids being bullied, you should be also equally looking out for your kids being bullied.
Not my Thatcher.
Because, dude, I mean, listen, you can raise kids. You can raise kids perfectly and raise them all the same, and have one that went through something or whatever, and their reaction is bullying. We've found it in with one or two of our kids every once in a while, and you start going whoa, and you got to cut that off.
Yeah.
Then be a part of the solution in that sense as well.
And I wish adults would just stop being jerks. Like, I mean, we're all total jerks now.
Yeah.
Well,
some people could stop bullying the emails today.
This woman thinks I'm bullying Learn.
Nah, you're cool. But I love her for
I see you
caring.
booked StopBullying.gov.
I did. I'm going to look at that later, and I will be resigning
Might I recommend
next
putting
week.
your kids in Krav Maga classes?
Ah, yes.
Okay. That's actually what it says at the top of the website. No,
Sign your kid up for jujitsu classes because that works. Just kick their ass. That's the Dennis Rizzuto way of stop bullying. Next.
All right, let's go to entertainment reviews. I know it's early, but Bruce Springsteen's Santa Claus is Coming to Town is the best Christmas song, hands down. Great show, 3 out of 5 stars.
Get out of here.
Sorry, no, it's not. Mr. Holiday.
The new Christmas classic by the Misfit Machine.
That's right, is the greatest.
I keep adding an S, so it's Misfit Machine.
The Misfit Machine, yeah.
Not machines.
No, just the Misfit
the
Machine.
Misfit Machine.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I say machine, somebody please correct me.
Okay.
It's machine. Machine.
It's McKine.
So the Bruce Springsteen Santa Claus is Coming to Town is his favorite.
Is that the one that's his Bruceiest? Yeah, I mean,
Come on, Rudo.
What I get up to?
Better now.
We're gonna hear too much of this song. It's
too good.
It's not even Thanksgiving, Rafe.
That's a no for me.
All right, one more.
Let's go to food news. Hey, Riz, Cheddar Bay hack. You were complaining about having to make,
cheddar, 48
boxes.
Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Yeah. Cheddar Bay hack, instead of full size, just make them bite size with as much food that's going to be there at your little potluck
Listen,
thing.
Scott Rizzuto doesn't make bite size.
A lot of people will only be taking a bite or two of everything else anyway. Bite-sized Riz kits will be perfect, and you won't need to make as many, Lori.
Oh, thank you, Lori. And I do appreciate the
hack,
the advice.
Riz kits.
But if here's what's going to happen.
They're gonna burn.
I'm going to bring bite-sized Cheddar Bays,
Yep.
and somebody's going to go, these aren't full-size. Who made this?
They're going to be too dry because you bake them in their lump form, and the instructions are for like a full one.
They're
right?
pre-lumped?
No. You got to lump them out, but if you bake them for 15 minutes, it's because they want the softness of the inside. You do these mini Cheddar Bays. Next thing you know, they're dry as hell.
No, I just don't want to be known as the guy who brought
weapons.
half Cheddar Bays.
Yo, just make 18 or 16 or whatever
It's
comes
48.
in. Just make 16 and then just quarter them. Just
No.
just slice.
You're going to be up all night baking.
I
Just
know.
deal with it now.
I'm going to come in. There's going to be flour on my face.
By the way,
that's not flour.
Moon texted me yesterday after the show and says, what do you want me to bring to the party?
Well,
and I said, dip.
I
Bring
just
a
said,
dip.
I said, what I said was, what had happened was, I said, in all seriousness, what would you like?
Because I read that text as, in all seriousness,
no.
what do you want me to bring?
No, you're a Costco guy now, so.
Yeah, no, listen. I like to play a persona here. Sometimes you're too nice, and somebody has to be a little edgy here, okay? Bring a little edge and say, I hate this crap and I don't want to go to the thing. It's just a persona, guys. I really love it. I really love this idea.
Love that. Who doesn't love?
And in all seriousness, I was like, what can I bring?
Yeah.
Of course, on the show, I was like, I don't want to bring anything. I'm not bringing anything.
I said dip, a savory dip.
Now the cat's out of the bag, then I actually care.
Well,
I'm honest and genuine.
this is I ruin everything on this show, so that's my role.
I'm honest and genuine. too.
Lead up
I'm just trying to be nice.
personas.
I really
48
don't.
cheddar bays?
You don't have to make 48.
46
Two
will do.
packs of them.
But that's easy, dude. You know what you put on me? Dip. How am I supposed to bring
You
dips?
go to Costco
You
and you
get a
buy a
dip.
dip and you
Moon
put it
said
in
he's bringing autographed headshots for the entire
They
building.
don't come in a bowl.
Yo, they do.
What do you mean? They come in like I got to buy 50 of these
You should bring
size
some queso
things.
and some nachos.
So they have a section there where Costco's bulk.
I told you,
Everything's
man.
in bulk.
This is new to me. I haven't
Everything's
had-
bulk.
I
So
don't
they
think
have,
I've had a
like,
Costco
giant
membership in 20 years.
bucket.
They have
This is
giant
so
things of
exciting.
dip. You put it in a bowl and you go, I made this.
I love that because I'm on the party planning committee that you all have to bring something to
Yeah,
this party.
thanks a lot. If you didn't do this, I wouldn't be
This
going.
is so great. Scott, we haven't talked about what you're bringing.
No, I know. I need
Prayer
to
does
discuss
not
with you.
count in
What's
this
that?
moment. Prayer does not count. You could not lead the prayer.
I don't even know if I could be there, by the way, just so you know.
I'm
it's
not
at 9
sure.
o'clock. You're here.
I'm fairly
on the
certain I
show.
can't be there.
King Scott said he's bringing fruit by the foot.
Oh,
that
it's at
work?
9 o'clock?
Yeah, it starts at 9. Apps start at 9.
We're screwed.
Well,
dude.
we're not going to be there for the apps. We're going to be on the air. Oh, it's Rage Against the Machine, by the way. Open up your Point Mobile app and punch Moon right in the face.
Yes, I love it.
Chance to win $1,000.
Give me more.
For a quick sports report.
Yeah.
All right, Moon, what do we got?
Sports brought to you by Jack and Coke, the popular cocktail, now available in a ready-to-drink can. Get the audio ready because the Eagles took off in the fourth quarter last night against the Commanders on Thursday Night Football, which puts us at 3 points because two of you guys picked the Commanders.
Who picked the Commanders?
Me?
Who picked the Commanders?
We didn't say, did we?
No, we didn't.
No, we
forgot to
didn't.
go
We
over that.
didn't.
It's a 50-50
It's okay. That was a 50-50. And guess what?
What?
They also had two people pick the Commanders, so it is tied 3-3. In fact, Saquon Barkley ran for 2 touchdowns in 20 seconds to make sure that the Eagles came back and made it not so 50-50. Check this out.
On the ground, and a first down, and a ton more. Barkley, touchdown.
A few moments later.
Barkley, does he have another one? Yes, he does. Touchdown.
Speaking of coming back and doing something awesome, the Blues didn't. Rasmus Dahlin scored the game-winning goal with 3 minutes and 27 remaining in overtime, lifting the Sabres to a 4-3 overtime win over the Blues last night.
Hey, we'll take a point out of it. That's fine.
Yeah, Saad scored twice, Buchnevich once for the Blues. Sabres tied with 7:03 remaining and then set up Dahlin to be the hero in the overtime. Listen, I just wanted to say the story because I found this yesterday and I found it kind of funny, you know, as if we could learn more about Mike Tyson and be still interested. He did we talked earlier about him slapping Jake Paul, by the way, at
slapped
the
him in the
weigh-in.
face at the weigh-in.
And we also saw a zoomed-in thing that Jake Paul stepped on the dude's toes. So I would smack you, too. But he was doing an interview. He had like a conversation with Rosie Perez for Interview magazine. And Tyson talks about his love for smoking toad venom, which that was new to me. And then here's how he ended the interview. Quote, "There's no way I should be here talking to you right now. All of my friends are dead. They OD'd. They had AIDS. Me and my friend both had sex with this girl at the same time. They both died of AIDS. I didn't catch AIDS. Raw, too."
Oh,
gosh.
Tyson and Paul, tonight, Netflix, live, main event of the card that starts at 8 p.m.
7
Eastern,
o'clock.
7 o'clock here. Fallon on the Tonight Show celebrating tonight's Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight by pairing up a few famous boxers with internet celebrities for the undercards. I thought this was funny enough to at least listen to on this Friday.
all right.
Tonight, Netflix takes you in the ring for the main event. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. But don't miss the undercard with more fights between boxing legends and YouTube stars like George Foreman versus the I Like Turtles kid.
I like turtles.
Manny Pacquiao versus the Chocolate Rain guy. Chocolate Rain. Sugar Ray Leonard versus versus the Grape Stop Lady. And Evander Holyfield versus the Dramatic Chipmunk. Don't miss it.
Thought that was
see
pretty
the
good.
grape stomp lady again.
I'm Moon, and that's your sports because
All right, one final break. We'll come back. We'll wrap her up. Quickly wrap her up. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you check out the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. A big thanks to the Sklar Brothers for stopping by. Love those guys. See them at the Sheldon tomorrow on Washington Avenue. Show starts at 8. They're at the Hot Java Bar tonight with a game called Tap It.
Tag it.
Tag it.
Damn it. Very fun show.
Tap it.
Traditional comedy show. They
Punch
just
it, pop it.
They sit on stage in directors' chairs and just give you jokes on top of the jokes you're already telling. It's a very cool show to watch.
All right. That's all part of the Flyover Comedy Festival, which is happening in the Grove this weekend.
All weekend. That's right.
FlyoverComedyFest.com.
That's right. All the ticket links are there.
Moon, what else?
the
podcast is titled?
The podcast title today is The Sklar Brothers, Rizzed All Over.
All right, what else?
December 7th, obviously a Punk Rock Christmas, but in anticipation, we released a Punk Rock Christmas Volume 1 EP that should be available everywhere very, very shortly if it's not already, as far as, the Spotify's, Apple Music, and all that. But Mr. Holiday video is live right now on the Misfit Machine YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/@MisfitMachine or just look up the Misfit Machine, Mr. Holiday, and enjoy the video. Thank you to the chat for being so supportive and going to check that out immediately. During the premiere this morning. And what else do I got? This weekend, the Dirtbags are playing a private birthday party, so it's going to be a freaking party. You are not allowed. No, you're not invited.
Oh.
But I haven't played a house party. I don't think I've ever actually played a proper house party, ever.
That's awesome.
Shucks, because it's your birthday.
Yeah, we're celebrating your birthday somewhere else, but I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a party.
Well, enjoy. Learn.
Just follow me on the socials at Learn versus Radio. My life's kind of fun, and if you like cats, you'll dig it. Thanks.
All right. Rafe.
Yeah, come out to Flyover Comedy Fest all weekend long. There's still plenty of time, plenty of shows. I will be opening for Tig Notaro and Patton Oswalt at the Stiefel Theater at 8 o'clock, and then doing the Sklar Brothers show, Tag It, at Hot Java if you want to see me perform. If not, check out the Sklar Brothers at the Sheldon tomorrow. Go on the website. Check out all the shows. There are so many good shows, improv, sketch, stand-up, and it's a fun hang. So I hope I see people out this weekend in the Grove.
All right. Thank you, Rafe. King Scott.
Well, have a wonderful weekend, everybody. You can follow me at King Scott Rules and go to all these events, especially the private birthday party. Head out to that.
Head out to that.
Yeah.
All right, we'll leave you with a selection from our Teamers Member of the Day brought to you by Hot Shot Sports Bar and Grill. Catch Mike Tyson, Jake Paul tonight at all Hot Shots locations. Get ready for fight night. And find a location near you at hotshotsnet.com. From St. Peter's, David Levine is our team. And he wants to hear this song. Here it is. We will see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Energy up.
The Rizzuto Show on 105.7 The Point.